Hello everyone, Carnasa here, and welcome back to whatever on earth this is that I am doing. It's, yeah, whatever the hell the F1 whole thing is. I don't know, honestly, I don't know what I do half the time, but hello and welcome everyone that's been in chat. Hello Katniss, hello Werner von Kerman, we are blessed to have the famous Werner von Kerman here. Hello Lancis Man. Hello, it's Indigo. I believe that is only just Tom. Hello, everyone. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play some musics. Hopefully this works if I just press that. Sounds like it's going to work. Fabulous. That's what I want to see. But I'm also going to turn it down ever so slightly so that I can hear and, like, I'm not being completely blasted by, you know, the music in the background. Anyway. What we're going to do is we are going to pop into the game. And hopefully if I press this, we should be in Kerbal Space Program. Yes, we are indeed. And we're back with this F1 abomination. It's truly cursed. A truly cursed design. Hello, Pesky Bird. Play your music. So I have played the music. I've been notified by Carnasa. My life is complete. That's okay. It's Indigo. I do try and read all of the live chat comments if I can. Also, hello, Y Mandarin, Christian Shea, everyone else that's been in the live chat. If I miss your name, I do profusely apologise, but I gotta get into the stream, you know. And yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to come into Kerbal Space Program, where we've got this rather janky looking thing. Let's just move my water out of the way of my keyboard so that I can actually see what I'm doing and not knock water all over my keyboard, which would be terrible. F1 stream part 2. Indeed, I didn't manage to finish this off last time, so what I want to do is come back into this and try and get this to work. I have made a couple of edits, very slight edits, but I've not tested them yet since I was last streaming. I've removed the heat shield from the bottom of this, and I've placed a 7-meter heat shield on the top here, which hopefully should mean that this doesn't burn up, or any part of this burns up on re-entry. What I do want to do, though, is maybe move these parachutes. I don't know if that's going to be in a good position for those parachutes to be, but I think we'll try this out for now. And what I'm going to do is we are just going to go straight to the moon. We're going to attempt to burn back. If EDL works, then perfect. I know that this is going to work. Then what I need to do is design a lunar capture stage down here, then a TLI stage, then a launch vehicle. So there's a lot that still needs doing, and we are going to try and get through it. Part 2, not water. What is this? This is the F1 cursed contraption. It's a rocket using only F1s to land on the surface of the moon and then return to Earth. And we are bringing an F1 as our sole payload. Yes, this is going to be the thing that hopefully will return back to Earth after quite a long period. Well, yeah, we're going to the moon with this, and we'll see how it goes. Right, but what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to save this as F1 test. Then I'm going to grab myself this. Then we're going to save this F1 test EDL. Now, I know I did this last time, but I'm actually on a different save because that last save got borged due to KCT being all weird. So I have to redo everything, although I did just pull this from the save. The magical feature that 1.12.3 of Kerbal Space Program now actually includes. Let's just make sure that everything is set to where it should be. I want to fire all of those up, and then I want to fire that up, maybe. Yeah, I feel like that's where we want to go. So if I take this off, what's our center of... Yeah, we should come down this way. Yeah, so that heat shield shouldn't flip, and that should adequately protect this entire F1 engine, I'm hoping. And that's what I was suffering with at the end of the last stream, is obviously this was burning up on re-entry. So what I'm going to do is we're going to simulate around the moon, and I want to select Earth, wherever Earth is, and then we're going to go 180... no, I wanted the moon. I wanted the moon, not Earth. The moon would be preferable, and I think we'll go for 100 kilometers because, well, this stage will never do this. We're going to do a direct descent from the moon to get us back to Earth. But in order to test EDL, I have to put myself on a lunar orbit. We'll go for an inclination of 28.6 because I know that we can get nicely back to Earth that way. And we're going to not enable part failures, and we're going to simulate this, and hopefully everything will work. And actually, do I want to move those? I probably do. I probably want to move those there. Let's try this. Simulate. Okay, we're already testing things out. Brilliant. So imagine if it was the RM65, that would be painful. That would be painful. My favorite is obviously the RO11, second favorite engine. Are we talking about favorite engines? Obviously, the F1 is a beautiful engine. It makes some very nice noises when you fire it up as well. I love the F1 when it's all fired up. And actually, on the last stream, the ignition noise for the F1 doing the burn back to Earth, the burn was so quick that the full ignition noise didn't happen before getting to Earth, which was pretty crazy. That should hopefully go. Yep, there we go. Avionics unlocking controls. And I don't appear to be lagging, which is perfect because I have once again changed my OBS settings because I was getting a little bit of stream lag last time, but it looks like we're all good. So what we're going to do is we're going to start a maneuver over here and we're going to try and get back to Earth as quickly as possible. I think that might be a bit of an aggressive maneuver. Yep, that is. If I set Earth as the focus, come on, let me set Earth as the focus. I'll zoom out and do it this way. This will be easier. Lovely. I love the RL10. The RL10 is a fantastic engine. I use the RL10 all the time. It's just so efficient and great for doing interplanetary burns and, you know, great for a lot of things, really. I think I landed a RL10, like a spent Centaur stage, completely in its entirety on the moon in Kerbal Gets Real once, just because I noticed that I had enough like Delta V in it to do a lunar landing, and I thought, you know what, yeah, let's just try and land it on the moon. Right, I'm gonna set this to be 800 because that should really be the kind of all I need. And then if I wiggle around with my maneuvers time, hopefully I should be able to get this to a point where we're pretty good. We're looking pretty good for our Earth descent. Yeah, this is looking promising. If I go to about there, and then what I'll do is I'll just get MechJeb to execute the next node, because I don't want to be doing this myself. When I am going to be taking off from the surface of the moon, what I will do is we'll just be pointing straight up, so I don't need to worry about performing any maneuvers. I'm just going to burn straight up, and that's how things will go. Hopefully, you can thank me for the sound. What? It was you that did the sounds. That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's, well, you learn something new every day. Thank you, Katniss, for the sounds. I know you've done, a lot for RP1 and RO and all of that. Well, not necessarily RP1, but you've done a lot for RO, including all of the Katniss's parts and the cape. And, well, partly worked on the cape. I think you said that you did something with someone else for that, but I think it was you that originally came up with most of that. The RO57 is OP. It's pretty late tech, though. I don't know. Oh, the RD57. I don't actually know about that engine. What was that used for? Do this with Tiny Tims after this. I think it might be impossible. I did try and do Tiny Tims to orbit a long time ago after I did my Aerobees to orbit video. I don't actually think it's going to be possible to do Tiny Tims to orbit just because of how quickly they burn. And I was getting to the point where I was putting, I think, about 200 Tiny Tims on a stage, and I was still about 4,000 meters per second off. So it might be possible, but at the same time, it's going to require such a large amount of Tim, too much Tim, for my PC to handle. I think there are part welding mods that might be good, but yeah, no, it doesn't really. That's not going to be great. Right, let's start ullaging this before we burn this back, and there we go. The F1 has fired, and hopefully, very, very, very quickly, we should be able to get back to Earth. Doesn't that sound beautiful? The sound of the F1 sending us on our way to Earth, and oh dear, we've overburnt that by quite a bit, but that's fine because we have the power of RCS to get us back. So one thing that I want to do on this stream, the main thing that I would like to have finished by the end of this stream is, let's kill our rotation, please. I want to get this all working, and then I want to do it in its entirety. I want to launch the mission, land on the moon, do TLI, do all of that, land on the moon, and then come straight back. That is, ideally, we'll have that done by the end, but I don't know how long that's going to take. It all depends on if everything works to that point. Right, let's Let's get that down to about 32 kilometers, because I feel like that's probably like a good altitude for this. F1 or F1B. This is the F1. I think it's the F1A config though. So it does have it has throttle ability, but it's like got more thrust than the standard F1 that you get. Anyway, we are going to now decouple this next stage, I believe. I think. Yeah, we'll do that, and then we do have RCS, so we can like slowly push this away from here. Although that was actually quite quick. And then we want to kind of reverse back. Let's reverse back, and then what I'll do is I'll pause brake, press the pause button on my keyboard to hide messages, and now we're just going to time warp back, and hopefully this will be the one that makes it. Yep, that's why I wanted to get rid of messages, just in case we ended up being killed out of our time warp whilst we were inside that stage. That would have been really bad. I think what I'm also going to do is I'm also going to turn the intensity of this up a little bit so that we can actually see this. There we go. It's a little bit better, a little bit better. Not receiving enough video. Oh no, am I getting a bit of lag? Am I getting a bit of buffer? If not, I'll feel scammed. Wait, what? What? So, Carnasa, will the whole rocket use F1s? Yes, the entire rocket is going to use F1s, from the launch vehicle to the landing to the return. Absolutely everything is going to use F1s. Only F1 engines are allowed. I've never got an ignition failure on the RDO 105, even though it has 3.5% and I'm using it a lot. I don't really like the RDO 105. 105? Yeah. When I was using it for my early orbital vehicles, it just never seemed to really like gimbal very well. That may have been me doing a mistake or something on it though, but no, I wasn't really keen with how that was going. Your PC is going to burn from the amount of F1s on the first stage. It will. It absolutely will. I'm looking forward to that. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I've created some absolutely hideous launch vehicles before, like the one that sent the Saturn V to land upside down on Mars. That was massive. That was absolutely huge, and I think that had something like 60 Starship clusters on the first stage, which was just ludicrous, but I still managed to do that. It might not be fun watching that on this stream, but we'll have to see. Hopefully it will turn out all right. I'm not entirely sure though. So I used the XLR-45 and it just keeps failing midway through the burn. My 3-kilometer downrange rocket suffered that. Oof. I don't know about the XLR-45. Is that... Which engine is that for? What? Oh, XLR-41. I don't think I've really used that. What's the failure rate on the XLR-41? You should use the F1 engines as RCS thrusters. I mean, I can't because they've only got one ignition. If I wanted to make a rocket that was probably like 200 kilometers tall, maybe that would work, but no, I'm going to have to rely on RCS to actually orient myself and provide ullage and all of that. And even, yeah, ullage, how on earth would I control the craft? Let's arm these parachutes. How would I control the craft? Provide ullage to the craft. Where are my words today? Words, they are really difficult. How would I provide ullage if I didn't have any sort of RCS at all? Like, you need it in RORP1. You can't get away without having it. The RDO 105 has no gimbal. It definitely does, according to the description on the engine. Right, who do you reckon, well, who reckons this is going to fail and burn up? And who reckons this is actually going to succeed? Because it did not succeed last time. And it already looks like we're flipping over, so this is not looking good. This is not looking good. Oh, god damn it. Why? But the mass was in the right place. Why do you flip? Okay, well, that's a failure. And I was going to say, like, say 7 if you think it's going to succeed. Say 9 if you think it's going to fail. But obviously it failed rather spectacularly. Why did that flip? No matter what way I do this, it always does the flip. Right, so let's revert to the editor and let's see if I can fix this. It's going to do 81. Rest in peace, F. Is there lag? Oh dear. I might quickly change my settings, actually. How bad is the lag? Yeah. I'm going to quickly change some settings on my stream. So the stream is actually going to cut out for a second because I have to press the stop streaming button for this to do. But I'll be back momentarily. I need to change my encoder over from my GPU to my CPU because for some reason, my GPU, despite being an RTX 3070 Ti, can't handle OBS. And I think a lot of people have had problems with RTX series cards and OBS not working properly together with the NVIDIA NVENC, whatever the encoder is, whereas my CPU is nowhere near as good as my GPU, but for some reason that allows me to stream better. So I'm going to be gone momentarily, but I will be back very shortly as well. Right, and hopefully I should be back. Hopefully I should be back. If that hasn't worked, and hopefully this should be a little bit less laggy than it was before when we get to like entering and stuff. I don't know, honestly, I don't know why it does that, but it's really, really annoying. I am back, perfect, yeah, so I've changed over from my GPU to my CPU in order to do this. This is very, very loud, pumping aggressive music. I'm going to turn this down a little bit more. Right, okay, so we're back in the game. What I'm going to try and do is try and, well, first of all, figure out where this actual stage is. And I'm going to set this so that underneath here, I think I'm going to add another one of these ginormous heat shields. And then that should cover, like if I put this, right? So the center of mass is up here. And we want the center of mass to be as low down as possible, below the center of lift. So I don't understand why this is flipping quite so dramatically when we enter the atmosphere, when all of the mass really should be keeping us in this place. But I don't know. If I put another one of these on, maybe this will help a little bit, but it'll also make this payload look really, really weird. The payload fairing, but you know, we're going to have to go with it. We get less delta V on this stage now, but that's not the end of the world. We've got like 2,926, which will be more than enough. And hopefully this might protect it a little bit better. Although, that being said, I do want to have a decoupler underneath this F1. I'll just go for a ring decoupler here so that we can detach the payload or the heat shield once that is gone. Let's make that like 5 meters and then we'll stick this heat shield underneath it. And hopefully this will work. If it doesn't, then we've got a problem. I don't know what to do. Maybe people in chat have some suggestions and I'll have a look at those once we get into the loading screen, which we will now. Good evening, Carnasa. How's it going? I watched a little bit of the last. It's going okay. I'm still having the same problems that I was having before, though, where the F1 is deciding that it does not want to remain alive anymore and flips out and burns as we re-enter the atmosphere. Hang on 1 second. I think I may have locked the door and Alisea can't get in. Back in a sec. What? Okay, and we're back. Alisea has been in London at work today, and unfortunately, yeah, she just got back from work and I locked the door because, you know, being safe and all of that, I like to keep the door locked, and I forgot she doesn't have keys, so I had to go let her back in. Alisea is invading. She is. Right, I'm getting, keyframe frequency of 4 seconds or less. Yes, it is. It's on 2. Why are you telling me this? You're right. How's work?
Did you get me a drink when I shot?
Did I get you a drink? No, because you weren't here. I thought you had one.
No.
I'm a terrible human being. The shop's still open. It's only down the road. Alisea is very, very upset with me. Right, we're going to do the exact same thing again. We're going to return from the moon and we're going to try and keep this alive. Let's hit that and then just give a couple of puffs of these so the orbit lines aren't going to be all over the place, because that is really bad when that happens. It makes it rather difficult to see what's going on. Let's set our prograde to 800 because I know that's roughly about what I'm going to need, and I'm going to focus on the Earth and make sure that we are going to be crossing over. Hopefully this time it'll work. I have faith. Unfortunately, she just got back from work. Yes, unfortunately. Who wants Alisea in the stream? I'm sure she'll come invade the stream at some point. Okay, NASA, I watched your Space Center vid and immediately booked a trip to the National Space Center. If anyone is in the UK, highly recommend. It is awesome. It was really, really, really cool. And I got to see a lot of things that I am going to be using in For All Kerbal Kind, like the blue streak. It was actually really, really, really like awesome to go and see that for real, and kind of I went away from that and then I completely redesigned the blue streak that I had for All Kerbal Kind, and it looks a lot better now. And there was also Proton Enjoyer on N9's Discord who convinced me to basically do a better job on it as well. Because yes, they made an absolutely fantastic looking blue streak, and I was like, well, I can't be outdone. I need to make mine look better as well. It needs to be really good too. So, Carnasa, make a capsule-like container for the F1 in the return stage with dual heat shields. So, like put payload fairings in between this and this? I could go for something like that. I mean, we've got a heat shield on either side now, which might help us out a little bit. We've also lost a lot of Delta V. We've only got 2,705, which is a little bit concerning. I might need more than that in this stage now, which is really annoying. This is getting worse and worse and worse, but I'm sure I'll figure out a way of making this all work eventually. Let's execute the node, and we'll see. And I officially have a satellite in polar orbit of the moon. Very nice, congratulations. Are you playing with Principia or not? Because if you're playing with Principia, that's not going to last an awful long time. I think the only, at least I know, 2 of the stable orbits around the moon are about 26 degrees and 86 degrees. Otherwise, the precession and the lunar anomalies will cause your satellite to eventually crash into the surface of the moon. It's very cool that Principia models that. I tried it, but I'm not that masochistic. Yes. I like Principia. Principia is great. Once you kind of get the basics of Principia, I actually prefer it to the stock way of doing maneuver nodes, because it just kind of makes a little bit more sense. It's obviously a little bit more complicated and a little bit more complex going in, but after kind of understanding it, it does make maneuver planning a lot better. At least I find. Even rendezvousing is a lot easier to plot out a maneuver with Principia than it is with the stock maneuver system. Right, okay, so that is that burn. I can kill Rot, and hopefully that won't change my orbit by... Yes, it has. It's massively changed it. But we'll go for there. Then what we'll do is I'll make sure messages unmuted, messages muted. I want to decouple this section, fire up this RCS, and be on our way to the moon again. Hopefully. Yes. What did I just decouple? I hope it was... I hope it was the heat... Yeah, it was the heat shield. There we go. We're coming out. We're coming out. That's perfect. And then we want to make this about 32 kilometers, and we are going to time warp ahead. Messages unmuted. I want messages muted. Please, 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 please. Just be muted. There we go. Messages muted. Be careful out there. Lovely, because we probably might end... No. We're not going to clip through that. To the moon? What's going to the moon? We're already at the moon. We're returning from the moon, although I didn't actually get to the moon by myself. No, I needed to... use the simulation to put me in an orbit of the moon. We will eventually somehow figure out a way of getting this F1 monstrosity all the way to the moon, though. Using only F1 engines, it's going to be a little bit of a pain, but it will happen. It absolutely will happen. Okay, so there's Earth, and there's this weird-looking F1 dumbbell-like structure. Could you imagine lifting this? I think this is, about 13 tons? So this is going to require an awful, lot of weightlifting to be able to lift something quite this heavy. No, I can't do any more uncrewed lunar orbit contracts. You only get 2 of those, I believe. You get one where the orbit doesn't have to be particularly, tight, and then the next one, it has to be a 200 by 200 kilometer orbit, if I recall correctly. But yeah, you only get 2 of them. You used to, I'm fairly sure, contracts for RP1, you used to get 2 lunar flybys, 3 impactors, and 2 orbits, and they've removed the lunar flybys now, so you can only do lunar flybys twice, I think, before you lose that contract, which is a little bit sad, because that was a great way of getting money early game RP1, or at least it used to be. Alicea could lift that with her huge jumbo jet powered engines. Absolutely, I'm sure she could. Alicea can definitely lift me. Oh, there we go. That's a little bit quick. You know how traditionally it is tradition is supposed to be the man when you get married carries the wife over the porch in really traditional settings. If that was me and Alicea, it'd definitely be her lifting me. I can't with my skinny little arms. No, definitely Alicea. She's the one that does all the heavy lifting. So once you're, oh, that's not directed at me, and one lunar flyby and 3 lunar impactors. Yes, I know they still kept the lunar impactors, and I'm going to abuse the hell out of that in For All Kerbal Kind. Although my episode that will be coming out this weekend, I have decided I could have either gone for lunar stuff at the end or doing orbital returns, and I've gone for orbital returns for one reason, or I think I'm going to go for orbital returns for one reason. It's once you complete the orbital returns contract, you unlock the first crewed contract, and I'm absolutely going to be doing that. Yes. Right, come on, let's face prograde. Why are we not facing prograde? Come on, come on, come on, come on. What's our RCS doing? Why is it not doing anything? Are these not active? Are these not active? Heart. Control. They are enabled. It's because I've got no signal. Why have I got no signal? Am I dead? No, I'm not dead. Oh, come on, don't flip. Whatever you do, do not flip. Don't flip. It's flipping. It's flipping around the way that I don't want it to. Are we going to get a little bit of lift from this? Why can't I control this? Why can't I control this? Come on, go back. Yes, this is working. This is working, but it's getting a little bit tense with the F1 heating up every now and then. But I have a feeling that this will work. I'm going to arm the parachutes now, just to make sure. Arm that parachute, and then we'll arm this parachute, and then we'll get this decoupler. There we go. We're safely returning. We are going to return from this safely, I think. We'll get that, and then we'll decouple them, and then we'll follow this all the way down. And this should work. No antenna. I do have an antenna on here. It should be built into the avionics, so I think we're just coming over a point of Earth that doesn't have any connection. Like, we might be able to get to that Chinese signal tracking station or signal station, but at the moment we're not quite in range of that, which sucks. It works! Question mark, exclamation mark, 111. Absolutely, it's not burning up at all. We will be able to return it like this. However, the issue that I do run into is obviously this now weighs a lot more than I originally anticipated. So actually landing on the moon and then getting back, it might fudge the delta V margins that I had on the previous stage. So that's going to be a little bit interesting seeing how that works again. But I'm sure we can do something. Maybe. So the first thing I do in a sandbox save is to make a comm network. Same. I really should put one up in this and actually have a dedicated just sandbox like game for all of this kind of like random RO shenanigans stuff. I think it's in a playlist called RO shenanigans that I get up to. But at the moment, I don't have anything like that. No, this isn't a brand new save. Everything, I just keep making new saves for, and I really should get out of that habit and just have one. This is another mod as well that I downloaded in order to make this a little bit better, because I wanted to be able to use slow-mo physical time warp, and that's what I have got now. Because, yeah, firing or fine-tuning the F1 engines was proving to be quite difficult, but we're going to select this now because I want to... Nope, I don't want to do that. I want to be able to bring this down. And I'm a little bit worried that when we decouple this, it's going to... Oh, that parachute's gone off. Why has this one not gone off? Why is only one gone? That is worrying. That is very worrying. Why are you the only one that's worked? If I come in and toggle info on this one, and then come down here and bring this up a little bit higher, like that, are the parachutes going to be different? Yes, they are. Damn it. That's really bad. So I think what's happened here is this parachute is configured to this size, whereas this parachute is just your bog standard parachute, so that means we might be coming down quite hard. I definitely did click apply to symmetry counterparts. However, I think what has happened is I may have moved the parachutes afterwards, and if you move the parachutes, there is a chance that that will... Oh, are we gonna flip? I wonder if I can decouple this yet. If I can jettison this heat shield. Do I risk it? Do I risk it? I don't know if I do. But no, if you move parachutes after you've done that, sometimes the symmetry can get a little bit wonky. I'm going to do it. Oh, damn it. That's exactly what I didn't want to happen. Ah, that was obviously too early. I'm quite happy with this though. We've not got any control over this anymore. I'm quite happy that this will land safely, so I don't really need to follow it all the way to... I don't need to follow it all the way to its demise. We're going to come back to the vehicle assembly building and just work on everything else. I'm a little bit tired today, having had uni work all day, so my words might be a bit weird. I don't know why I'm streaming on a Tuesday. Tuesday evening. Honestly, I just wanted to get this done because I do want to make a video out of these live streams. And in order to, you know, get the content for a video, I need to actually finish the live streams first. Right, let's make sure that this is how it should be. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull you off, and then I'm going to pull you off, and do not take that out of context. And then what I'll do is I will come into here, and I want to select the parachute, and we'll go 2 parachutes used. We want 5,000 and 1,000. Yeah, that should be fine. Or maybe we'll go 5,000 and like 2,500, and then that way we should be able to ditch these heat shields a little bit nicer and shouldn't come crashing into us. Then, with that being done, I think, yeah, we will automatically, use current craft mass, which is 8.7 or 8.6 tons. Apply symmetry to all counterparts. There we go. Let's just make sure that this one has also applied. 5,000, 2,500. Yeah, I feel like that should be fine. Then we can come back and we can place that on there. And then I can place that on there. And then I think we need to go grab our F1 test and make sure that this can still land on the moon. And I think I'm going to try and land on the moon again. Right, actually, no, I will save this. Open. And then we want to come to F1 test. I'm going to go back to the moon and I'm going to see if we can land on the moon again. This time, because we have seriously increased the mass of this stage, and it might mean that landing on the moon might require a few more tweaks, but hopefully it shouldn't. Hopefully we should still be able to land on the moon with this stage. I'm hoping, fingers crossed. I've got faith in this. Land on the sun. I mean, it might be a little bit hot. We might be able to land on the sun if it's nighttime, though. That would be the smart way of going about doing it. In real life, the F1 weighed roughly 8.5 tons. Why you need a so big rocket? What, in order to... Wait, hang on. I'm not sure if I quite understand that. Why do I need such a big rocket? Because I'm only using F1 engines for the entire thing. It's not just getting the F1 to the moon. We also have nothing but F1 engines for every single stage, which is why I'm going to need such a ridiculously big rocket. Right, I think I had this to be about 1,580, and I think I want that to be about the same, because that was near enough perfect. Yeah, we'll go for that, and then 1,046 should be more than enough to land on the surface, and then 2,703 might not be enough to return. So I think I might raise this and make this stage a little bit bigger. If we get 2,868, yeah, that'll be fine. Then we'll make this a little bit bigger. Yep, there we go. And that should be hopefully enough to land on the surface of the moon. On the sun at night. Indeed, yes, that's obviously quite clearly how you land on the sun. You go in the night time, and then that way the hotness, it's obviously gone away, because like where does the sun go when it's night? Obviously it just turns off. It's not like the orbit of the Earth means that we can no longer see the sun. No, the sun just turns off. It doesn't. That's what happens. Everyone knows that. That's scientific fact, right? Carnasa, take a look at the RD57, the best hydrogen engine in my opinion. RD57, right? RD57. Let's have a look at this engine. No, wait, hang on. Let's move this out of the way. What are we looking at here? 303 kilonewtons of thrust. That's pretty damn good. 456 ISP. That's not bad. That's really not bad. Does it have any other configs? RD57A. What does that go up to? Come on, come on. 11 ignitions. 460, that's pretty damn good. A rated burn time of 800 seconds. Yeah, that's not a bad engine. That's not a bad engine. Is that the engine that was intended for the NY? Yes! I used that in my 10 Moon Rockets vehicle. So I have used that before. I just completely forgot about it. Right, let's get my Delta V stats up again, and what we're going to do is we're going to attempt to land on the moon. Yeah, I feel like that should be fine. I'm going to simulate in lunar orbit. We'll go for a 100-kilometer orbit. We're going to go for a delay of 11 days, and yeah, that should be fine. Let's make sure that that's fired up. That fires up. Yep, then we decouple that, which I think I'm going to only have as the top decouple. So, or the bottom. Yep, that's fine. Yeah, I feel like that should be good. That staging is correct and how I want it to be. Although, that being said, I've now made this heavier. Can this control it? Can this control it? That can control for, nice, 469. So that's fine. This stage, I think I might bring up a little bit. No, 286 should be absolutely fine. And then this stage, we'll bring that up to, maybe not quite that high. We'll bring that up to like 110. And I feel like that should be enough for that stage too, right? 73, yeah, that's absolutely fine. Now I just need to sort this out again because I was a lemon and pulled it apart. Let's bring that there. Let's save this. And we will simulate this around the moon in 11 days' time. And hopefully this should work. Yes, so we should land on the turned off one. Yes, indeed. We'll land on the sun when it's turned off. Problem sorted. Oh, the RD-57 was intended for Vulcan. I didn't know that. The fluff text says that it's intended for upper stages of the N1, though. At least, that's what it appeared when I briefly glanced over that engine in the VAB just then. But what do I know? I don't really know anything. I know nothing at all. All I know is that I know nothing. Right, okay, so where are we landing? There is a crater somewhere around here that I would quite like to land in. And I can't remember where it is. If I look at the Earth, it's over on this side. It is there. That's where I want to land. That crater there. I think when I did it on the live stream on Saturday, I managed to land there. So anywhere around there would be perfect. Let's time warp ahead until we get to roughly near the crater so we can begin our braking burn and hopefully kill all of our horizontal velocity. Now, I have on this got Kerbal Engineer Redux. That's another mod that I've added because I really like the way that Kerbal Engineer Redux puts all of your stats up here. I find that a much better way of reading than the MechJeb readout. So that's kind of like why I've got this. But what we do want to do is we want to go for surface, horizontal velocity negative. We want to turn on our RCS and we want to point that way. And I probably should have started this a little bit sooner because now we're going to take ages turning around, which is a little bit annoying. And before we get separation boom booms again, I'm not going to separate this. I'm going to just turn this off. I'm going to decouple this section. And then after that, I'll just land. I won't bother decoupling this and we'll land with that and everything should be good. And then when this takes off, it will just burn this stage anyway. So we don't really have to worry about that blowing up. MechJeb windows can also be borderless like that, can they? I didn't know that. How do you do that? I'm assuming it's on MechJeb settings. If we go in settings, like I know there's a couple of GUI skins, but yeah, that doesn't really do an awful lot for me. Hide menu button. Oh, we can hide that. I didn't know you could do that. I want to turn that on as well. Yeah, that's a very important one. Very important one. What's this do? Top, bottom. Oh, you can move it down to the bottom. Oh, I didn't know that. I'm actually going to keep that there because I actually prefer, I would rather have that there. Right, let's. We've kind of gone way past what I wanted, but you know what? Screw it. Let's burn this engine. 40 seconds and try and kill all of our horizontal velocity. That is rather bright, the moon, at the moment, because obviously I've turned Planet Shine all the way up. But maybe I can turn this down a little bit and it'll look a little bit better. Yeah, we'll go for there. Oh, I don't want to come there. I don't want to hit that. I really don't want to hit that. That would be bad. I might need a little bit more of this engine to work as well. I might need some more fuel in this stage, which is a little bit annoying, but what are we gonna do? Hi Carnasa, how do I set up MechJeb Ascent guidance? Just trial and error. For every single rocket is different. Just have a play around. I usually just go for, usually between 50 and 100 meters per second to start. We're moving 42 meters per second. So yeah, we need about 40 meters per second more in this. That's a little bit annoying. Oh well, we'll try landing anyway. We're gonna do it. We'll try, we'll see. Hopefully it all goes well. Yeah, 50 to 100 meters per second generally is where I like to go start my pitch over, and I usually go, depending on the thrust to weight ratio of the entire rocket, between 0.2 and 0.5 degrees a second once it starts pitching. That's kind of like the general area that I aim for. This is going to really confuse me that being down here now though. Right, so Delta V stats, I don't really need you. I need my landing info. And I discovered in the last stream, time to impact, I want to start burning at about 3 seconds, 3.7 seconds, if I remember that correctly. Let's turn that off. Now what we can do is that the right decoupler? That is the right decoupler, that's the right engine, and hopefully that should all be correct as well. I'm going to do a bit of a quick save here, just in case I need to. Before decouple, let's get this in. Decouple, save. Now, decouple, and we fire our RCS, like so, to get away from this stage. I'm a little bit concerned that we're moving still 40 meters per second, which is going to be problematic if I'm sticking straight up, because we will be moving 40 meters per second that way, which is, yeah, that's going to be a problem, but that is still going quite quickly. Okay, right. So I am going to have to put a little bit more fuel in this stage in order to completely kill horizontal velocity. Now what I want to do is I want to get better time warp up, and we're going to go for slow-mo. And I'm going to select that, and then when I get to about maybe 8 seconds, I'm going to physical time warp, and I'll easily be able to control this burn rather than messing around like I did on the last live stream. Click target. Click target. What's that for? I don't seem to have the option of setting my apoapsis and periapsis. Oh yeah, when you're doing that, make sure that you... Right, I've got 10 seconds to do this. I'll get it up once we actually launch this. Right, 12, 10, 9, 8... Let's turn on super slow-mo. Here we go. Why did I not have this before? This would have been amazing. Although this is now like having a little bit of a fit. Let's not go this slow, because that's a little bit too slow. Oh, right, okay. Oh, this is hard to fine-tune. 4.3. This is going to be so much nicer though. Right, let's really slow this down, and I didn't ullage. Damn it. And we're 3.6. Oh, that's bad. That's bad. We've already gone way too much, and I'm still not able to ullage. Oh, that's annoying. Please, 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 please. Just why are you not? I'm pressing H. What is going on? It's just so slow. Now we've got 2.8 seconds. I think we might be crashing into the surface of the moon here. Come on. Why are you not being ullaged, Mr. F1 engine? Please. Why is this not working? We're firing the RCS, but nothing is happening. It's unstable at 25%. And we're supposed to start our suicide burn in a second now. And nothing is happening. We're moving 520 meters per second. Let's turn this off. Is this actually gonna... Oh, yeah, I may have messed up slightly here. I may have done a bad... Yeah, look, we're just going to come crashing into the moon. We didn't ullage at all. Let's get a super slow-mo shot of this hitting the moon. There we go. Bang! And the entire thing kind of split apart. That's a pretty cool screenshot. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. Just press Y. It will ignite eventually. Wait, what does Y do? Anyway, we're going to load that quick save. If I come into before decouple, and I'm going to make sure that I ullage with plenty of time, because that would be really smart, rather than being an absolute buffoon like I was. Boom, bombo, indeed, it did explode, which is a little bit sad, but that was completely my fault for not ullaging this in time. I'm going to make sure that we do it correctly this time. Let's fire up the RCS, move ourselves up, and we are going to time warp ahead. And I think once I get to about maybe 30 or 20 seconds, yeah, we'll go now. Now we'll start our ullage. Come on, you can do it. You can do it, F1. You want the fuel to be down here. There we go. That's fine. That's worked. Still stick up, and when I get to about 5 seconds, I think I'm going to go in super slow-mo, and we're going to see if we can land this, although I doubt we will because we're still moving horizontally quite quick. Right, okay, we don't need to go that slow. Come on. Oh, here we go. 3.7, 3.8, 3.7. There we go. Look how slowly the throttle moves up. Wow, that's... takes quite some time, and the engine seems to take forever, but that's fine. Come on, fire up, fire up. There we go. It's starting to burn. Y equals full throttle, or what you get. I get Z, but if you try and throttle it up without it being ullaged, it will just try and ignite the engine, and then that means I'll just use my one ignition and things will be very bad. We can't see the throttle. I'm in the way of the throttle. Of course I'm in the way of the throttle. But no, it was moving very, very, very slowly up. Very slowly up. Look at that. That's really nice, actually, this better time warp slow-mo camera. Maybe it didn't like better time warp messing with the physics. I have a feeling that may have been why, because obviously when I did it just with normal, kind of like without the slow-mo physics on, we were able to get that right. I'm going to see if I can cut off some of this horizontal speed by, you know, facing this way. Oh, I might have messed that up. I might have gone that way a little bit too hard. Oh no, I didn't deploy the gear either, and I'm not sure if we're going to have enough time. I've pressed G, but look how slowly they're deploying. That's really, really, really quite painfully slow. I can also throttle this as well, this engine, which is pretty cool. We're moving 260 meters per second. Let's throttle this down actually a little bit. Oh, I don't know. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, look, that engine has landed. Yeah, no, that was a little bit too late because we're still moving 100 meters per second. And wow, the entire thing just fell apart. Okay, right, what I'm going to do is... Oh no, why can't I revert flight? Can I come out of the simulation this way? Oh no. Oh no, that's bad. That's really bad. Why can't I revert the flight? Is it because I've loaded a quick save? This is what caused my game to bug before. Like trying to come out of a simulation. Like I can no longer leave the simulation. Yeah, I'm stuck in the simulation. That's bad. That's really bad. And KCT is not having any of it. This is a simulation. Yeah, I know. I want to revert to editor, but because I've loaded a quick save, that's not going to work. Damn it. Okay, right. I know what I can do to fix this, but that's going to be a little bit annoying. I'm going to have to create a new save again. Go to Space Center. Yeah, but if I go to the Space Center... Hang on. Let's wait until this, you know, slows down. Can I don't want to slow-mo. I want to come into better time warp, and what I want to do is I want to go for like super ridiculous hyper warp. Nope, not that. I want to go physics warp 4 to 12. We'll do this, and I'll wait until this stops, and then that way hopefully I should. No, it's because I've got to select it. I'm not used to this mod at all. So if we go, why can't I time warp? Please let me time warp. There we go. Come on, let's slow down. Let's stop. Let's stop. Stop completely, please. Please just stop. There we go. 0.3 meters per second. Let's go to the Space Center. I have a very strong feeling that now I'm at the Space Center, I might get a warning saying that I am still in a simulation. This is what happened to my save before, and it caused my save to like break, which is why I had to create a new save for this. It's a little bit annoying. 4 kilometers per second should be enough to land and return from low orbit with a safety margin. Oh no, it's fine, it's fine. So obviously the problem that was plaguing me before is kind of redundant. We'll see. Okay, we're gonna try and land this again. Because I need to know for definite that I can actually land this before then going and building the launch vehicle. I know I can do EDL fine now, which I really should have done before attempting the landing, but you know, my brain works in mysterious ways. Okay, awesome. Let us come up here and we'll stretch this tank out so that it's 1620. And then that way, I didn't need to do it quite that much. 1620. That is 40 meters per second more than I had before, which means we should fully burn this stage in order to completely slow our horizontal velocity around the moon. And then I think maybe I want to hit this up at 4 seconds with physical time warp, or maybe 3.8 or 3.9. I'm going to test this. That there will be lots of testing involved, because I need to make sure that I've got this right. And I know I did this on the last stream, but things have changed. Things are bigger now. We've made more heat shields, and yes, it's going to be interesting, definitely. Be right back, going to make food. I could really do with some food. Did I fix the parachutes? I did fix the parachutes on this. I changed them so that they were both applied to symmetry. Yes, and hopefully that should work now. Yeah, I'm kind of hungry. I should have eaten before I started the stream. That would have been smart, but as I've always said, small brain here. The world has changed. How has the world changed? Is Carnasa still trying to lose my sanity? Yes, absolutely. Of course. It wouldn't be a fun stream if I wasn't. Okay, so where am I looking? It's this crater here, right? That should be, yes, this crater here. I'm going to turn around a little bit earlier this time as well. So I think maybe once I get to about here, we're going to start facing the correct way. So turn you on and let's go surface. Horizontal velocity negative. And then we'll physical time warp this so it's not too painful. And then I also need to make sure that once I have done this, I set my time warp to slow-mo. There we go. I probably did that a little bit too early, actually. Man, I hope SpaceX finally gets their act together and lifts that damn Starship on its booster. It would be really awesome to see SpaceX finally actually get Starship launched. I've been looking forward to that for quite some time. I know, wasn't there a Booster 7 rollout or something happened today? I vaguely remember seeing some news on it. Right, we're going to come here and turn off this. I think what I'll do is I'll set it to slow-mo now, and we'll select that. I'm going to physical time warp for a little, or not physical time warp, do a regular bog standard time warp and wait until we get to here. Yeah. This seems as good a place as any. Yeah, we'll wait until this is turned round the correct way. Fire this up, try and blast this, try and land on the surface of the moon. We are moving 1,629 meters per second horizontally, so this should pretty much kill all of my horizontal velocity, I'm hoping. All right, let's fire this up and see if this works. Fingers crossed. We might see a full stack today. Ooh! Oh, booster 8 roll in. Hey, that's the music I use for my rocket video. A lot of the music that I use on these live streams now is basically music from YouTube Studio. I've got Rekordbox in the background playing a playlist. It's auto mixing a playlist that I put together, and it's a lot of music from YouTube Audio Library. So there is a very good chance that you will have used this music in a video because YouTube so graciously provides it. It's great. There's a lot of good music on YouTube Audio Library, but also I do have some audio from elsewhere. Right, what's my horizontal speed? 100, and we want to kill that there. 3.7 meters per second horizontal speed. I'm quite happy with that. Hello, Roland Mind. Welcome to the stream. Why didn't NASA do this in the 60s? It is so efficient. I mean, who knows? Maybe because NASA didn't have an unlimited budget. This is really not efficient in the slightest. Obviously, it would be much more efficient if we slowed our... If we was constantly burning whilst we were approaching the lunar surface. But no, what I have decided to do is completely kill horizontal velocity and then kill vertical velocity using a suicide burn, which is not the best ways of going about doing things. Right, so now what we want to do is decouple this, and I'm going to quick save again because this is looking a lot more promising. Quick save, I think, before decouple 2, and hopefully this will work. Before decouple 2, and stage. And let's give this a little puff, and we will start time warping. Oh, we're coming down pretty fast now. That's where I landed before, and I know that was a good place to land before. I feel like being this much further over isn't really going to affect us in any way, shape, or form. I think I'm going to burn at 3.9 because we were still going 100 meters per second, which is obviously a little bit too much. Right, let's start ullaging this. And then as soon as this is ullaged, come on, come on, come on, come on. Why are you not working? There we go. Let's do this and fire. Oh no, I was too slow. I was too slow. I have a feeling that this isn't going to work. Why have you done that? No! Oh. Right, quick save. Quick save it is. Come on, just work. Work, please. I believe in you. You can do this. I've done it once already, so I definitely can do it again. And I did it without better time warp the last time, so here we go. I just found out that Nathan Kell has a YouTube channel as well. He does indeed. That's where I learnt basically all I did when learning how to play RP1. Watching his Rusty RP0 series a really long time ago. I think he's been streaming programs and launch complexes recently too. Because obviously he is like developing that. So really cool channel. Really informative. Definitely go check Nathan Kell out. NASA didn't want to flex too hard. Absolutely not. Right, so we're going to decouple this. And then I think I'm going to get to about here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn my RCS on, turn it on, and we're going to try and ullage this way before we get to where I need. Let's just make sure that it is on slow-mo. Yep, it is. And whilst I am starting the burn, I'm actually going to keep pressing H so that, you know, this engine doesn't have a cry again. I think I'll wait until my suicide burn countdown is to about 6 seconds before hitting the physical time warp, and then at 3.9 seconds I'm going to start the engine. Hopefully that should be enough. So 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, let's go. Physical time warp, didn't need to quite go that much, but I'm still going to keep the RCS pressed, and we'll just wait this. We'll wait this out. So Carnasa, how about a series on near future tech in RSS? I did want to do that as the next installment of Kerbal Gets Real, but to be honest, with For All Kerbal Kind, I'm already in kind of like a long-running series now, and series aren't the best of things to do. 3.8, let's fire this up. And hopefully this works. I'm still pressing H, but it doesn't look like I'm... Am I doing... Yeah, no, we are still ullaging. Here we go. No, I've also got Coming Home Redux to finish, and I don't really want to be opening up any new series at the moment, especially with KSP2 around the corner, or hopefully around the corner. Once that comes out, I obviously want to be doing quite a lot of stuff in that. I feel like For All Kerbal Kind might carry on a little bit after KSP2 releases, just to try and finish all of the plans that we do have for that series. But no, I definitely want to be doing something in KSP2. Right, let's, the engine is now fully ignited. Let's deploy the landing gear. And with a little bit of luck, we're moving 4.6 meters per second. We should hopefully touch down. I'm going to full burn this, and if it gets a little bit like that we're going to just bounce off, I will throttle this down. Check MedJeb settings and switch on prevent unsafe ignitions. Is there a setting to do that? Look how slow this moves because of slow-mo. Yeah, this is how slow everything moves because I've got slow motion on. Does not kill throttle. Might be in another setting, but for now this is fine. Right, impact in 1 second, estimated burn 4 seconds. And I tried to go at 3.8 here. This is looking like it's gonna be good. We've still got quite a lot to burn off though. 150 meters per second. 140. No, I think I might need to burn earlier. 120, 110. Yeah, we're still gonna be hitting the ground at about 90 meters per second. Yeah, that's not good. Okay. Right. So I'm going to go for 4 seconds this time. 4 seconds with slow-mo. 4 decouple 2. We'll get it. We'll get it down eventually. Well, I'm loading up RP1 for the first time. Wish me luck. Good luck ADHD official. I thought you had uploaded an RP1 video already. Or am I mistaken? Small steps video. I might be mistaken, but I thought I saw a video on that already. Anyway, once again, let's give this a go. Let's keep trying until we succeed. It's going to take many, many, many attempts, apparently. Right, so we are now 50 seconds away. Let's fire this up. RCS on, ullage. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Come on, we can do this. We can do this. Ullage is good. All systems are nominal. Can you land on the sun next time? I mean, you actually can't land on the sun. Like, it wouldn't be possible. Due to the fact that anything that gets anywhere near the sun would explode long before getting there. Right, we are on 12. I think I might go for 4.2 this time. Let's... Why is my physical time warp not working? Because I was pressing the wrong way. God damn it. Ah, this is annoying. So I slowed down. I was trying to slow down time warp because obviously I'm trying to go into slow mode, but then I realized, yeah, no, in order to turn on slow mode, you actually need to technically be time warping faster. Oh, this is frustrating. This is really frustrating. I actually think I was doing better without better time warp. I probably should just do it without. Nonsense, Carnasa. You just need a better heat shield. Yes, I basically need to build a Dyson sphere around the sun. That is going to be the size of the heat shield in order to make this work. Right, we can do this. I've already done it once. Like, I've done it once without better time warp. This should make it easier. This should be easier. Why is it harder? Right, 30 seconds. Let's kill time warp. Let's turn RCS on. Ullage, this is the one. This is the one. I'm going to go for 4.1 seconds. And if that doesn't do it, then I think I might actually just get rid of better time warp and do the way that I did it before. I'm going to get the gear out now as well. Right. Okay. 9.8. Let's... Physical time warp now. Okay, here we go. Carnasa plays Dyson Sphere Program when? I do have a few episodes on Dyson Sphere Program. I actually was playing it when it first released. I think there's about 8 episodes. They came out a really long time ago. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back to those because they didn't really get many views. It was good fun, but yeah, I need to do content on my channel that will get the views, unfortunately. Right, 4.1 seconds. Let's fire this up. I have a feeling this might be a little bit early. But, you know, let's give it a go. I think the thrust changes due to the slow-mo. It might do. So I might actually be better off just using it without better time warp. But, you know, this will look a lot cooler because we'll get to see it, like, rather than just me hitting... Why? I have been pressing H the entire damn time. Why did I get vapor in... That's really annoying. Right, you know what? Screw it. I'm just going to do it without better time warp. I'm just going to do it how I did it before, and hopefully that'll work. That's really annoying. Do I play Star Citizen? No, I've never played Star Citizen. I have played Elite Dangerous a little bit, but very, very, very briefly. I'm just throwing guitar picks everywhere now. Right, okay, let's try this again. No physical time warp this time. I'm just going to go for 3.7 seconds, and I'm going to go for it. Here we go. I also really would quite like to know what keeps flying up. Here we go. Let's do this. Come on, come on, come on. I believe in you. I've done this once already. I can do it again. I just need to make sure that this still does work. Right, 10 seconds. Let's turn the gear on. 11 seconds. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.7. Oh no, I started way too late. Way too late. That was balls up. Yeah. Oh! We bounced! Wow, these legs are sturdy. Damn, but we do not want to... Max save speed, 25 meters per second. We were going 300 meters per second there, so I've got no idea how that happened. But we bounced! Not what I wanted to do at all, because I started that way too late. This is annoying. This is pain. This is actually painful. That is why the thumbnail for this video is "This idea sucks," because this idea does suck and it sucks all of the life out of me. Let's go home then. Go home? Go home to where? So there's nothing flying up. It's just a glitchy decoupler animation. Oh, okay. Right, I didn't know that. Right, here we go. We're going hard or we're going home. That's what we're doing, and we're going hard currently. This is hard. Right, I'm going to do the gear here. And we are going to come down, and here I'm going to stop. Right, so 3.7 seconds. I need it to be on 3.7. I'm not going to do a countdown this time. I'm just going to be here looking at it, and as soon as it hits 3.7, I'm going to hit it. There. That should be about right. I'm hoping. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it. No, you can't. That's still way too hard. Okay, so obviously with all of the changes that I've made to this, I need to start up maybe at about like 4.1. Interesting. But at least we didn't blow up this time. I mean, we've we've got the giant F1 dumbbell just floating around at the moment. But, you know, this might be able to successfully land, but I don't think this RCS is really going to be strong enough to orient us into a position and stop the spin. So what I am going to do is we're going to try this again with a little bit of an earlier burn time. Obviously, the earlier we go, hopefully the higher up we stop. That would be great. Dart was successful. Ship 24 is getting lifted soon. Carnasa is streaming. What a great day. Hello, Amogus Gaming. Welcome to the stream. I didn't know that about Ship 24. I've not actually seen anything about Starship recently. I need to keep more up to date with my space news, I think. Maybe I should be watching Matt Lowndes' Space This Week. That would probably be a smart idea, or something along those lines. Don't quote this stream out of context. We're going hard or going home, then nope, that's still way too hard, of course. Right, let's try again. Come on, I believe in you. This can absolutely do it. I'm hoping. Come on, please work. Sound like I'm talking to my cats, like bzz, 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 bzz. I should get my cats on stream again. It's been a very long time since either of them have been on stream. I can get them in this room safely one at a time, but if two of them are in here, they tend to chase each other around, and then that's when cables start getting pulled and things start being destroyed. The headphones that I'm wearing at the moment, this earphone doesn't actually work. Right, 4.1, let's go for this. Yeah, this headphone doesn't work because my cats ripped it out of my computer and it broke. 4.1, come on. Getting ready to hit X. Yeah, that's too high. That's way too high. That's annoying. I wonder if we can still land this. I'm going to go for 4 next time. Let's just use the RCS to try and gently lower ourselves down. We're going to bounce. Yeah, it's a bit too aggressive bounce in order to really recover that. Getting closer, though. Yeah, there's no way we're going to be able to take him off from here. Right. Last time, 4 seconds. 4 is the one this time. 4, I don't know why it's changed so drastically, but 4 is the way that we're going to go. You should buy a new headset, to be honest. Dead ears suck. I know, but headsets are expensive. I'm not really at liberty to be able to afford buying myself a headset at the moment. I might maybe look into getting one at Christmas or something. But right now, I've got more important things to worry about, like gas bills and energy crisis. And yeah, no, it's our rent's going up as well. There's a lot of things that I need to pay for that the headset is very, very, very low on the list of priorities. Very low. Right, we're going to decouple this. And we're going to try again. This time, 4 seconds. 4 seconds. I believe in you, F1 engines. You can do it. You can do it. Let's time warp to here. Now I'm going to start ullaging. What sort of golden headset you need that is so expensive? This one cost me £180, I think. I think this was 180. But it's for music production as well. So the noise levels, right, 4. Come on. So the equalization levels, it's very flat. Not flat. I can't remember the correct term for it, but yeah. And I would quite like to get headsets that is good for music. Here we go. Let's kill that there. 10 meters per second coming down. No, that's still too fast. Still too fast. We bounced a little bit too much. Oh, it's like 3.9 to 4.1. I'm going to land this. I've got to land this now. Like, it has to happen. It absolutely has to happen before I go back and design anything else, because I want to land this again successfully. So Superlux are some good ones for under 100 euros. I'll have to check some out. I definitely will have to check some out, because I definitely do need some. It's also really annoying playing, like, when I've been playing To Boldly Go with Beardy and I can't hear anything out of this ear, and suddenly, like, a creeper has just suddenly spawned next to me. It's pretty terrifying. 4 is fine. You killed the engine too fast. You reckon? I may have killed the engine a little bit too fast there. I may have been a little bit preemptive with my shutdown of that, but we're gonna start again. But I think I was moving... Oh, I don't know. Maybe I do want it to bounce up just a little bit, because that's how I landed it last time, and that did work. I'm gonna try this again. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I can do it. It's possible. It's possible. Here we go. I'll go 5, 4, there. That was a little bit after 4, I think. We'll see if this works. It wasn't quite 3.9 by my sight, but it was a little bit after 4. That may be a little bit too slow. Oh no! The thing got in the way! No! I think I might need to decouple that earlier and then maybe move this. I think that would have been perfect. Right, come on, land on the legs and bounce us in a way that's gonna... Yep, no. The RCS isn't gonna be strong enough. What I might do, actually, as well, if this happens, I might turn on all of this RCS, and then that way, because I don't really need this RCS an awful lot, I'll have kind of like 2 points of different RCS thrusters that I can thrust. That might be the way to do it. Yeah, let's do that. And I'm also going to decouple this and then move off slightly. I'm a creeper. I'm a creeper. No, I'm not. Hello, I like Soup. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to things going really badly. Not as well as they did last time, which is a little bit annoying. Why don't I use MechJeb's landing guidance option? Because it doesn't work with limited ignition engines or with engines that don't throttle. This does throttle, but the throttleability of it is real. Like, it only goes down to 74%, and MechJeb's landing guidance would not work. At least I'm fairly sure it wouldn't. Maybe because we're coming straight down, it might. But I have a feeling that, yeah, no, this won't work. Right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to decouple this. Then we're going to move slightly off. We're going to move away from this section. Actually, what way can I move to kill my horizontal velocity. If we move this way, we're actually, yeah, we're going to kill our horizontal velocity. So we'll do this, and we'll move up a bit as well and get away from this. This is really, really, really painfully slow, though. But yeah, let's get away from this. Move ever so slowly away from this. Like so. Lovely. There we go. Just this big tank just floating off in the distance there. And if I go for this, yeah, we're really killing horizontal velocity now. I can see it just up there. I don't think my chat's in the way, but it would be kind of nice to get that below like a meter per second. This is why I don't play RSS-RO. Yes, no, there's a lot of there's a lot of complications that come from RSS-RO, RP1, and all of that. Next, you should land on the moon using only NK-33. So basically the Soviet version of this mission. I feel like that might be a little bit easier because the NK-33 engine on its own has a lot less thrust than this. This is much harder because this is very, very, very powerful. Although obviously you do run into problems with the NK-33s at other points. Right, we're moving almost under 1 meter per second. Let's just get that to... Yeah, we could just do this until I get to about maybe 500 millimeters per second. I'd be quite happy with that. And then I think what I'm going to do, rather than watching me do this all over again, is we're going to do a quick save here. And this will be before decouple 3. And now with this, I don't have to move away from that, and that's even better. And we've already decoupled this section. We're going to toggle the gears, and we're going to attempt to land this. Hopefully, everything is going to work, he says, hesitantly and unexpectedly. Right, let's start urging this. Here we go. 10. Go for the 4 seconds again. 4 seconds. 5, 4, go. There. Here we go. Come on, you can do it. This is the one. I feel it. I feel it. This is gonna work this time. It has to work. 200, 100. Let's cut the engine there. Come on, come on. No, no, no. Why did you bounce so hard? No. Damn it. I mean, that was pretty much perfect. That was perfect. I don't think I could have got that any better, but it was just unfortunate on the bounce. The bounce when I actually successfully touched down, it landed, it kind of wasn't too aggressively pitched. That's really annoying. It's really annoying. Cut the engine at 4 meters per second. I mean, I can try, but it's really, really difficult. It's really difficult because this has so much thrust. Before decouple 3, let's try it again. We can do this. I can do this. Can you tweak the spring stiffness of the landing gear? That might be a good idea as well, actually. If I lower that, then it will, rather than just being like bounce like that, it will kind of like fall on the gear a bit. That is a smart idea. I'm going to give that a go too. Let's toggle the gear and let's lower the spring rating to about 0.3. That might help us out a little bit. And what I'm going to do is we're going to come all the way down here, go for about 4 seconds again, and I'm going to watch my surface velocity this time. Up, up, we want to point up, rather than actually watching where the engine is. And as soon as that gets as low as it possibly can, right, there we go. Let's fire this. Watch that surface velocity. I'm not watching where the F1 is actually going. 200, 100, and there. Oh, look at that! That was perfect! Well, we did it! That was, I cut the throttle at like 0.3 meters per second. That was actually perfect. Yeah, couldn't do any better than that. There is no way I could have done better than that. Nice. Finally, we've landed on the surface of the moon with this, with only an F1 for the second time, because I already did this in the last live stream. But no, this now absolutely works. So what I want to do next is do that. And I want to do that. We want to point up eventually, but we're just going to make sure that we can still kind of like cross over with Earth. And I think what I will do, I'm going to do another quick save here actually. Save, and this is just going to be landed. I'm going to save this. Then what I'm going to do is focus Earth and just make sure that we can get back with the amount of fuel that we do have. But yes, finally. Hey Carnasa, how do I download KSP RP1 Express install? It never works for me. Go and follow the GitHub. There is a wiki on GitHub that will basically give you all of the instructions on how to do it. I don't think I've got a link to that install on the description, but I know I've definitely posted it before in other places. One little tweak. That was some SpaceX level of precision landing. Indeed, we have to go for that though. I absolutely have to go for that because the thrust on this is just so high that you have to like time it down to almost a millisecond. Although I can't quite do that myself. Right, so we're going to take straight off up from here. I think everything is fine there. What I want to do is, I've just focused my spacecraft after focusing Earth. Damn it, it's not what I wanted to do. I want to focus Earth, look at this, go straight up. I think I am going to turn on physical time warp so that we're like, oh no, that's the wrong button. I want Alt and this. And let's go for like 0.1 and we'll see if this works, and that should decouple that stage, right? So here we go, no ignitions remaining. Now I'm going to hit space to fire up this F1, which will absolutely blast through this stage, and hopefully this should send us straight to Earth. But I need to wait for this engine to fire up first. And hopefully it doesn't have fuel in feed lines errors. It'd be really nice if it didn't. Here we go. Look at that. It looks beautiful. I love this in slow-mo. It looks really, really, really cool. Now let's do it again. No, I'm not doing it ever. Well, I will eventually do it again when I perform the entire mission. Right, this should just burn through this and we should take off. Like so. Perfect, that's what I wanted to happen. Now we're going to point up and we're going to burn this, and I'm going to kill the throttle when we get a good intercept with Earth. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. So there's a setting in CCAN that you need to turn on for RP1 to allow you to download 1.11 mods. That, I believe, is no longer the case. I don't think you need to do that anymore with the RP1 Express install. I'm fairly sure that got changed recently, so that is no longer required. Although I may be wrong, but I'm fairly sure someone sent that to me in a message saying, oh, you don't even need to tick 1.11 anymore, which is great. So it'll make it even easier to install. So I made a video about it, watch that. I actually unlisted all of those videos because I was getting a lot of people who were downgrading their installs to 1.10 and trying to install the 1.10 version of RP1 Express install, which is no longer supported because RP1 Express install is now for 1.12.3. Right, we have 1,700 meters per second of delta V left. This is taking quite a long time to burn. Why do I do these things? Why do I do these things? Let's have a look. What are we looking like? It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. I don't know why we're wobbling all over the place. I don't think we need quite that much gimbal. Can I lower the gimbal limit on this? Maybe? It's like put gimbal to like there so we're not like wobbling all over the place. Wibbly wobbly, spacey wacy engine all over the place. Right, and then hopefully we should see this come out here and start getting a course with Earth. I want to look at chat because there's things that I want to see, but at the same time, I need to make sure that I cut this engine off at the right time. This is not actually looking promising. We've only got 400 meters per second of delta V left. It might work. Here we go. Here we go. Kill the... well, we've got no... I could have killed that a little bit later, but you know. Right. That's a little bit annoying. that I didn't quite get that perfect with this F1 engine, but I mean, we were close enough. And it does work. This entire thing works. And I think what I'm going to do is we'll follow this to completion now, just to make sure that the whole entire thing, once it is on the surface of the moon, is fine to go back. And I think what we'll do is we'll bring you there, and then that should decouple that, and that should fire up those RCS pods, and we should be ready to go back to Earth. And hopefully that hasn't changed. No, it has not. There we go, 33 kilometers. I'm quite happy with that. Let's see if this works. Here we go. Now, as soon as this is done, all I need to do is build a launch vehicle to get this all over. And there's more stages that I need to configure as well, but we'll get to that when we do. Do I have an RSSRO install guide? I do. I personally do, but I have, as I mentioned, I've unlisted those videos because I was getting a lot of people were going over to the RO Discord saying that they had a bugged install from following a really old tutorial of mine. The most up-to-date one should pretty much be still applicable though. The only thing is, I mentioned that you need to downgrade to 1.10 in that, which you don't need to do anymore. It's 1.12.3. So I was talking on the RP1 Discord yesterday, and they said Firesplitter was updated to 1.12, so now everything works without having to set 1.11. Okay, so yeah, no, it is. It fully works, which is pretty awesome. Okay, let's send this back to Earth. I love this piece of music. I use this quite a lot. I think this was in the first episode of For All Kerbal Kind. It was for the first flight in the first episode of For All Kerbal Kind when I flew the De Havilland 108. That was a good little plane, but really a massive death trap. I'm looking forward to using better and more kind of like sturdy planes in that series, because at the moment, yeah, the planes that I'm using, the DH-108 was pretty bad. I think now that we're around the Earth and in the dark, I'm going to turn vacuum ambient light up so we can actually see this. And when we get to about, I guess maybe like here, I'm going to make sure that we're pointing prograde. Why are these not doing anything? Part. Why are you not doing anything? Control. RCS is enabled. Why are you not giving me any control? I'm getting... Maybe I don't have avionics. I bet I don't have avionics, do I? No, I don't. There we go. That's why. That's why I don't get any control. That makes sense. At least we're pointing in the right direction, though. We're quite fortunate with that. So I'm going to arm these parachutes, and that's one thing that I need to change, is to make sure that the avionics are configured so that they can take 16 tons. Oops. Oh well, it's fine. Luckily, we are in a good position at the moment. If we were coming in sideways, things might have been a little bit more janky, but no. I feel like this still could go very badly. This could definitely go badly. Hello, Entropium. Welcome to the stream. I don't know if I've seen you before. I don't know if you've been in the stream chat, but welcome. We've landed on the moon. We're now getting back from the moon, and hopefully this will work. If it doesn't, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm fairly sure it should, though. Although we are tipping over rather aggressively, I would really prefer it if we did not do this. Ah, screw it. Right, okay, and now I have to wait. That's really annoying. Oh, by the end of this like whole live stream thing, my entire brain is just gonna be gone. Right, can we go back to the Space Center yet? Nope, we have to wait for this. God damn it. Hang on. Can I jettison the heat shield? And let's blow this up, and then hopefully... There we go, I can go back to the Space Center now. Yeah, by the end of this live stream, and by the end of doing this video, I am going to be fully gone. I'm going to be dead. F for respects, indeed. I think I like soup. I mean, I quite like soup. Soup is nice. Soup with toast. Great. I might actually have some of that for dinner tonight. Lovely mushroom soup with some nice toast to dip in your soup. I'm back. I had a lecture on physics. Ooh. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you enjoyed your lecture on physics. think, yeah. Oh, I'm so hungry. Why did someone mention soup? I definitely could go for some food right now. I should have eaten before I streamed, really, but I was kind of like waiting for Alice to get back, which she only arrived after I started streaming. And then, obviously, like, I was like, in the middle of a stream, I could just get her to get me a bowl of soup and, you know, like, eat soup on stream. Do people do that on streams? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I know people got in hot tubs on streams, but maybe soup is taking it a little bit too far. Oh, that Untitled Spacecraft, by the way, was just me messing around with the new Stocker-like space station parts, Redux parts. Looks very cool, and they've all now been configured to RP1, which is really, really, really exciting. Right, okay, so I'm quite content with this, that it will get me to the moon, it will land, it will get me back to Earth. The only thing that I need to change is I need to put some more controllable mass on this set of avionics right here, which I can do like this. I'm going to put this up to, I think we'll put it up to like 20 tons. There we go. I definitely know that I can control that now. Lovely. And that should be good. This is going to look hideously ugly, but I might, before, what I'm going to do is before the video, I might actually make this look a little bit nicer, because at the moment it does look horrific, and I'll go away and beautify it. But for now, what we are going to be doing is actually making it so that we can get to the moon. So the next stage that I'm going to need, I need to break this down. The next stage will be the lunar capture stage, which will require, I'm going to put maybe about 900 meters per second of delta V in the lunar capture stage, because it's usually about 800 to 850, somewhere in that ballpark. So 900 means I get a little bit extra, and it means that I'm not really having to worry about like running out of fuel during my lunar capture. Then I'll need TLI, which will be 3,150 to about 3,200. 3,150 I think should be all right, but yeah, once again, I'll give myself a little bit of wiggle room. Then after that, I need 9,400 or thereabouts to get to low Earth orbit. Now that is going to be the tricky part. Building a design that uses only F1s that can get to low Earth orbit. That's going to be tricky. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to build that on its own. Like, I'll see how much this overall payload how much this overall payload weighs, and then once I've got that number, I'll build a rocket that only uses F1s, yeah, in a separate craft file, and then I'll combine the two together, and we'll see how that goes. Probably very, very, very badly. Right, I think in order to do this, I'm just going to get you, and that should, hopefully, how much delta V does that give me? I kind of want Kerbal Engineer Redux to go away now, for now. Where is the button that makes it go? There. So this stage, which will be decoupled here, gives us 997. So I don't actually need that much. So if I make this length be, I could actually get that down quite a bit. We go for like there. That should be more than enough. And now this entire thing weighs 458 tons. So we're sending 458 tons to TLI. That's quite a lot. That's quite a lot. I'm going to be brutally honest. Yeah, that's going to be really difficult to build a launch vehicle around this, but you know, I've done bigger before, so I'm sure this will be fine. And actually, this is only going to require the use of one F1 engine, so what I'll do is I'll grab that and I'll just use another one of these hollow interstages, because I like using these, you know, covers up the engine nicely, and we'll just whack that in there, and then we'll bring this down. It's going to be a very, very, very long stick of a rocket. Look at that, and then at the top there, we'll get a payload fairing around that, and it's going to look hideously ugly. As I said, I just realized I'm an idiot. Oh no. Why? Sea Dragon? No Sea Dragon. Eating on stream, not that strange to be honest, is it not? I've personally never done it, I don't think. I know Alicea would absolutely hate that idea because she is very self-conscious about people watching her eat. I personally don't mind it too much, but I know she really does not enjoy that. Okay, so now we need 3,150 meters per second from this stage, which is going to require quite a heckin' chonker of a stage, I think. And this is going to get quite painful to do as well, because we're getting 122 parts already. And yeah, it's just going to be slower and slower and slower actually building anything. What size did I make this? Did I make that 10 meters? I did make that 10 meters. So we're going to make that 10 meters. We're probably going to need about like, maybe not 10,000 tons, but definitely somewhere in maybe like 4,000 tons. So basically, the same sort of size as getting a Saturn V to orbit, maybe. We'll see how this goes. Right, so that is... yeah, we want this to be 10 meters. And we want this to come down until we hit 3,150. Right there. So we want that. Oh, it's only 1,500 tons. 1.5 kilotons slow Earth orbit. Not as bad as I was expecting. But what I want to do is I want to have 4 of these. Because I don't want to be overburning my F1s. No, that would be very, very, very bad. Right, so we're going to come into reset mode and snap keys because it's done that awful thing where it, you know, just gets a little bit buggy. And there we go. 3,177 meters per second of delta V, 1,502 tons, 80 seconds of burn time to perform TLI. That's it. This is our lunar stack. This is what we want in low Earth orbit, and this will hopefully get us all the way to the moon, land, and then return. I'm quite... well, I'd say I'm quite happy with this, but actually, it looks so hideously ugly, I'm not sure if I am happy with this in the slightest. Right, I'm going to bring these fairings density down, and I'm going to make them conic, because I prefer, like, these kind of, like, interstage sections always being conic. Looks a little bit weird when they're egg-shaped, personally. But yeah, we'll go extra high, bring that up so that it actually connects. And do that like that. Yeah, there we go. And we still get 3,177 meters per second of delta V. This is now our F1 LEO stack. F1. Is that an F exclamation mark? I suppose we can leave it as that. LEO stack. Stack. Ah, no. Stack. Oh, what did I just press to bring up recoloring GUI? There's a button for that? What did I press? I want to know that because that's going to be really... you know what? I'll have to look at that at a later point. I can't figure it out again. Okay, so we should have enough avionics to control this. I have a feeling we've got enough RCS to turn everything around. I feel like that should be absolutely fine. But yeah. Yeah, I think this is good. I think this is good. We're going to save this. And now I'm going to create a new vehicle. And what I'm going to do is grab myself a fuel tank, fill this up with lead so that it weighs just over 1,500 tons, and then I'm going to design a launch vehicle using only F1s that can get this to low Earth orbit. It's certainly going to be fun, right? So if I go for something like that, let's go to tank UI, and we're going to go for lead ballast, and that gives us 1,832 tons, so it doesn't need to be quite that big. But then I suppose I can probably change this until, yeah, there we go. Maybe I'll do it, yeah, we'll go for that. So we've got a little bit of leeway with this stage. And I think before I build this, I'm going to go for a quick break because my water is almost out and I need to go fill that up. And yeah, I'll be back momentarily to build the launch vehicle. And then once that's done, what we'll be doing is flying the entire mission just to make sure that everything works. And hopefully it will. But I will see you momentarily. Until then, I've been Carnasa. In a bit. Man, I really wish I did return with soup, Jimmy Mikuchi. I am proper hungry. But I want to get this done. But I'm back, and we're going to build a launch vehicle using nothing but F1 engines. At least I don't have to worry about what engine I'm going to be using. I don't have to really care. I know that I'm only allowed to use F1s for this, so hopefully that might make it a little bit easier. I don't think it will, to be honest, but, you know, we're going to do this. We're going to build a friggin' ginormous launch vehicle, one for the ages, and hopefully we'll be able to do all of this. It's going to get silly. It's going to get really silly. So I'm going to make the base size of this. I think I'm going to go for like 20 meters on this stage, and then the top of this will be 10, because I know that's how big, I've gone way past 10 there. That's how big the upper stage of that's going to be. Let's bring this height up to about like there, and that should, it might look a little bit weird. I might make that a little bit bigger. We'll see when we get to the actual design. And I think I'm going to put the avionics for this rocket. I'll make them near Earth, because we only need near Earth. We'll make them about like that, so I know that they're going on the top node, because sometimes it can be a little bit weird about that. And we'll colour that in grey, and then I'll make the length come down quite a lot. And we'll go for this, and I reckon the controllable mass that we have will need to be somewhere in the region of about 20,000. That might be enough, but I don't know. 30,000 should be a safe bet. RCS on F1, but I can't ullage anything without RCS. Did you get some extra hydration? I did, and I also got myself another can of Coke too, because that's going to be my energy. That's my substitute for food at the moment. It's my sugar that I'm powering through. What's going on Matt Lowndes' Discord then? I saw someone say we should check Matt Lowndes' Discord. Is anything happening over there? He doesn't usually do anything on Tuesdays, does he? I don't think he does. Usually his uploads are like Mondays for his Space This Week, and then Saturdays for other things, if he does like Kerbal or anything like that. I think he has said that he's bringing back another Planet Coaster series as well, which I'm going to be really happy about, because I actually really liked his Planet Coaster series. Because I like that game myself, but I don't have the patience with it. I can never build anything that I'm happy with, so I prefer, it's one of those games that I massively prefer watching people play rather than playing myself. So if he brings back another one of those, I'll be pretty happy. Right, so we're going to fill this up with F1As, and that's going to give us 4,807 meters per second. That's actually not that bad. That's really not that bad. I was expecting much worse than that. But what is the rated burn time on these? The rated burn time is 5 minutes and 15 seconds. Okay. What are we looking at? 4 minutes and 41. I think that'll be a good stage to, you know, do. Yeah, that'll be a good upper stage. I reckon that should do us just fine. Is this going to be really easy to build? Is this going to be a lot easier than I was anticipating? How many F1 engines have we got on that stage? We've got 8. This is going to probably look hideously ugly to begin with, but, you know, all of my rockets look hideously ugly, right? Nah, I'm quite proud of how some of them have turned out, especially some of the ones in For All Kerbal Kind. Some of them are looking very nice indeed. Right, so we'll go for something like this, and we'll do this. And I think for those that are obviously watching this live stream at the moment, I am gonna be making this into a full, like, normal video. And in order, like, to provide something a little bit extra on the video that people that were at the live stream might find a little bit more interesting, is I'm going to probably go away and not completely redesign this launch vehicle, no, because that's why I'm designing it now, but actually make it look somewhat interesting rather than just a complete big stick full of F1s. Right, so on this stage, I think we're going to go for maybe a few more. I would quite like the thrust-to-weight ratio to be a bit higher on this stage, if I'm going to be honest. We'll get that. I'll turn off the fairing decoupler on this because we don't need it. I'll also turn the density down. So fairing decoupler off. And we'll get this like so. And we'll get like maybe another 6 engines in here. Like that. And that'll give us, but why is that burnt? Oh, it's because we need to move that into there. Fill it up with molten F1As. I'm taking the piss out of you for being hungry as soup. Okay, okay. Needs more boosters. We could put some boosters on this. We could have some F1 powered boosters or something on this. 0.95 thrust to weight ratio on that stage. I think that will be fine. So we now need 3,000 meters per second more of delta V. You know what? This stage is definitely not big enough. This stage could be longer. I think if we go for like a 0.8 thrust to weight ratio on this stage, yeah, maybe I'll, I think I'll make this stage a little bit bigger. We'll get 12 engines there and then 6 in the middle, like that. And that'll give us, how much is that going to give us? That'll give us a thrust to weight ratio of 0.88. And 2,250 meters per second of delta V. Okay, that's all right. I feel like that'll be fine. I'm going to make this a bit of a better tank too, and we should get more delta V, and we don't really get any more thrust to weight. That's a little bit annoying, but that'll be fine. Now we just need 2,400, and this stage is going to be big. This stage is going to be ginormous. I think what I might make it is like a really big cone. And then that way I can stuff as many F1 engines onto that bad boy as I absolutely want. I could get like 50, 60 F1 engines on that bottom stage. Probably even more. It's going to look ridiculous. But you know, these kind of rockets tend to always look a little bit ridiculous. And I don't know if this is going to work, but we'll have to see. So yeah, we need about 2,000 meters per second more of delta V. Or thereabouts, and we currently weigh 19,000 tons. So my estimate of 30,000 tons, we're going to weigh way more than that. We're going to weigh something probably like 80,000, I reckon. So I'm going to make the base size of this. I think we'll make this 20 and the top, or maybe we'll make the base size of this 25. Then I'll make the top 20 to match this tank up here. And then I want to, oh dear, I want to make sure that this has only got one symmetry. Place that there. Yep, perfect. And then I'm going to come and grab one of these. Place this down on here like so. Turn it into conic, because I like conics for these interstages. And that looks perfect. Then what I'll do is we're going to get the world's biggest, or probably not the world's biggest, but we're going to make a very, 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 very big cone. It's going to be a very big cone. Now we get to TD style rockets. Yes, indeed. That's when I said when I mentioned, I said the world's biggest tank then, but then it made me think, actually, no, TD has probably done a much, 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 much larger tank. I think I'll go for like a 50-meter diameter bottom, and then we'll just make this huge, like really, really, really big. Maybe like about that big, like so. And then what I can do is I can like clip this through so that it kind of like follows the fairing exactly. Like if I get it there, and then maybe make the top just a little bit smaller and kind of like clip them together. And then I'll turn off the decoupler on this. Or was that already off? Hang on, I've lost it. Nope, there we go. That's now off. Now this is going to be our bottom stage. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Oh, you know what I haven't done? Oh no, I did turn them into F1As. I was going to say, like, we can get even more thrust out of this by making them into F1As, but no, I'd already done that. Right, let's fill this with F1s. And what I want to do is bring this there. So that's going to give us 3,611 meters per second of delta V, which I do not need. That's way more than I need, because that's about 1,000 meters per second more than I actually require at the moment. So maybe if I go for like a thinner thing, we go get this to about maybe like 9,800. I think that'll be a kind of like good area to aim for. And then we're going to obviously place a lot of F1 engines on this stage. Like a lot of F1 engines. So many F1 engines, I am not going to know what to do with them. Right, so we'll space that so they're like that. and we now get 0.15. And that's going to burn for 20 minutes, and then we'll grab then we'll grab them again, and then we'll do this, and we'll just get an end one, basically, made of F1s, because that's exactly what we want to be seeing. And this should hopefully be big enough to have enough engines to provide enough thrust. All right, let's move that a little bit closer, and we'll see. Yes, Olympus, the answer is just yes. Carnasa, I have one question. Why? Why do you do this? In order to try and make interesting content, basically. That's why I do things like this. In order to try and keep my channel interesting for potential viewers. Because I can't just do like the same thing over and over and over again. I'm not Matt Lown. I'm joking. Like I said earlier, I do quite like his Planet Coaster videos, but he is well known for basically just doing SSTOs to everywhere. Right, and then we get another set of those, and I think that might be enough. Let's just show, let's go for that. I want to see sea level thrust to weight ratio. We are looking at 1.10, 1.1 even, so I can make that a little bit better. Hello, what are you doing in here? It's what? It's your house as well. No one told me this. What are you up to? Literally now? What is that? What is that indeed? And one made from F1's the F1. Yeah, this is basically, that is basically what this is. I think as well, I'm going to get a hollow cone that I'm going to place. So that I'm going to place here, so it's kind of like got a skirt covering the bottom as well, because, you know, we want to provide it with a skirt so it's not rude. Where's the Christmas tree? I mean, it is going to look a little bit like a Christmas tree, except it looked more like a Christmas tree if it kind of like had separate...
You know, it's spooky season in this house.
What, it's Halloween? Okay. That's just a bit obsessive. Excessive. Yes, it is. There is, hang on, there's 24 plus 22 plus 13 plus 7 plus 1 engine on this bottom stage.
Check your staging.
Check my staging. Okay, my staging is correct. I feel my staging is good right now.
Are you sure?
I am. I'm positive. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. It needs the TD Christmas tree. I don't know how much the TD Christmas tree actually weighed. Could this lift the TD Christmas tree? We are only lifting 1,500 tons to orbit. This is a really bad design for only lifting that much. What am I doing? I want settings on this because I want to whack this up to 30. Yes. 30 is the number that I would quite like to go for, because now what I can do is I can grab one of these and I can set this to 90, and then I can create even more of these. So we'll go for 30, and that should provide us with enough thrust, hopefully. I want to get rid of settings like that, and I go into Delta V stats. We get a thrust to weight ratio of 1.2 off the pad. That's actually not that much. I mean, it's enough, and that's going to be burning for 2 minutes and 14 seconds. But it could definitely be better than that, absolutely. And I think what I might do is find the one that is angled at like 90 degrees, which I think is... If I look at the launch pad... So I think it's this one, although none of them really look like they're angled correctly. We'll move that there, actually. Maybe I'll move that a little bit further in. Why is that? I've picked up the wrong one. Right, come on. Where is the 90 degree one? There. That's the 90 degree one. Okay, so we move that in. Like so. Yeah, there we go. They move correctly. And then I think what I'm going to do is I might take this one off, and then I'll get, can I somehow snugly fit like a couple in here, maybe like 8 at 90. Yeah, it kind of does fit, but it's kind of going to ruin what I wanted to do for the bottom of this. But I feel like yeah, there we go. We'll go for that. Like so. And that should hopefully give us maybe about like 1.34 thrust to weight ratio off the pad. 1.31. I suppose 1.31's fine. That'll be fine. Make a Sea Dragon with F1s. I mean, like, what do you mean? Like the same sort of shape and style as the Sea Dragon with F1s? I've already done a Sea Dragon with just the Sea Dragon engines, which was quite fun to do. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place this and we'll get a hollow cone. And I think the top is going to be whatever this top is. What is it? Oh, 24.9. Oh, no, I did make that 24.9. So the bottom is 45 meters. Where did I just put that? There. So I want the top diameter to be 45. Slowly drag this up. And then we'll bring the inner up to maybe about like 43 and see how that looks. Maybe we'll go for 44. I don't want it to both be 45. Let's go for 44, and then the bottom, the outer is going to be a little bit larger too. The injectors are F1s. Make a giant F1 out of F1s. That would be quite funny. I'm not... Could you make it that shape? I don't know if it would be possible to make it like that shape. I'll have to see. I might have to play around with that not on stream, just because, you know, on stream I've got a mission. My mission today is clearly to do this, right? So I want this to be 1, and I want to put this in the middle like that. There we go. And now we've kind of got, like, you know, a little skirt that's going to cover this up and keep the F1's dignity, because it's all about the dignity of this rocket. And I think I might make those slightly bigger, just to, you know, be a little bit wider. So maybe we will do 2 meters on each of these. So we make the inner like that. And then what I'll do is we'll get that to be plain metal. And there we go. That, theoretically, should be a launch vehicle that can launch everything that we need. And it's 51,000 tons. That's actually not as bad as I was anticipating. So I think what we'll do is we'll come in here. Have we got electric charge in there yet? No, we do not. So I'm going to make this be a diameter of like 4 meters. We'll get the utilization of that up. We'll make that 50,000 or 60,000. Then in tank UI, I'm going to put some electric charge in here, which should just be up here. Yep, that's perfect. How much do we get? 9,805. And that should last us all we need. And then what I'm going to do is we are going to grab this, like so. And I feel like I'm just going to launch this like this and just check that it all works before attaching the actual payload on. But this, theoretically, the numbers are good. The numbers are good. And that's what we like to see. Well, I don't know what I'm going to colour this in eventually. I think I'll just go for this kind of texture to begin with, and then maybe I'll come up with a different design later on. Lovely. So this should maybe work. And I have a feeling, usually when you get to rockets this kind of size, things end up going very broken, very badly, very, very quickly. So I'm not entirely convinced that it will work first time. But, you know, we're going to give it a go. And in order to actually launch this, I need some launch clamps. Where are my launch clamps? Ah, right. Umbilical tower. There we go. Launch stability enhancer. That's what I want to see. And we're going to put 12 of those on to try and hold this massive beast down. Oh, this is going to be fun. This is going to be really fun, right? So that burns, and then that goes. And I think I do want to probably ullage these. And in order to do that, I'm going to use, like, maybe a solid that burns for a little bit of time. I think the Aerojet ones are pretty good, but I'm not entirely sure. S1, if Russia and America swapped rocket engines, essentially yes, except like if I did that in my video, the 10 moon rockets video, but this is more like if America swapped the design, like the shape and also the engines, to make something absolutely hideous, although we would have probably used J2s up here, which would have been a little bit better. I want the Aerojet solid rocket motor, or maybe no, an Algol burns for too long. Aerojet is obviously going to bring up all of the rockets made by Aerojet, so I'm assuming we get like the HAs and all of that too. I just want the early solid rocket booster, preferably. Might be easier if I go into engines and go sort by size, because it's going to be quite small. Like, Star 5D, how long does that burn for? 4 seconds. I reckon that's actually perfect. So we get some of these on, and these are going to be our ullage motors for this stage. And if I go for, like, that. Perfect. And then we place some more up on this stage. Like that. And then we get those 12 to go there. And that moves to there, but we are going to move that up to there. So our engines fire up, then our payload goes. And I think we probably want that there. Yep, that's fine. F1s, you can go with those F1s, and I think that should be good. And this is going to be the F1 launcher. The F1 launcher. Why am I opening up everything? I'm misspelling everything. F1 launcher. Launcher. Right, we'll get rid of that, and then enter ship description. It's like the N1, but American. There we go. I've obviously got caps lock on, so I'm shouting everything. It's like the F1, but N1, but American. Yes. F launcher. Yes, it really is the F launcher. Press F to pay respects in chat, because this thing is going to melt my computer. It's going to really suck, I reckon. Right, let's save this, and let's launch it from... Come on. What? How do you make this work? Because I want to launch from, like, 39A. I suppose I can just go into Kerbal Constructs and, you know, do 39A this way. I really hope click-through blocker works. Yep, it does. We're going to open base. Oh. And then we're going to set that as the launch site. Set it also as the default. And hopefully this isn't too big for 39A. I imagine it won't be, but it would be really funny if this is too big for the Saturn V launch site, wouldn't it? It would just like really complete this whole thing. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we are going to simulate this, and we're going to select Earth as the body, and I'm going to go time. I'll go like maybe like 14 hours from now, and hopefully it'll be a daytime launch. We don't want to start in orbit. We want to simulate this. Here we go. If this works, then I can whack the entire low Earth orbit stack on top of it, and then we go for our moon mission. I guess the thrust to weight ratio is good. The thrust to weight ratio, yeah, is only 1.31 because this thing is so heavy. Hello, I'm back. How's it going? The F1 launch. Pretty good, actually. If this works, if this launch vehicle works, I've basically tested every single part of the mission, and it should be ready to go. Obviously, I'm still a little bit iffy on EDL due to the fact that, well, I've not actually successfully recovered an F1 yet, but we're getting closer every time. Now that I've changed the avionics on that upper stage, hopefully that should mean that things are good, and I'm fairly sure I'm also going to have to toggle rigid connections on clamps, because this is just going to go whoop and crash straight into the... Yeah, there we go, like it's falling. And what I want to do is I want to come into settings, and TD told me about this and it's really helped. And we want to go for... Where is it? KJR. Toggle clamp connections that are completely rigid. There we go. We want to apply that. We want to accept. And then hopefully this shouldn't like wobble around. Although it still is wobbling around. Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this? Maybe if I restart this simulation, it might get a little bit better. Let's see if this works. And then we're going to launch this. EDL, entry, descent, and landing. Not EDL was in the English Defence League. No. Those... Yeah, no, I have absolutely nothing to do with them, and I never, ever want anything to do with them, because they are all a bunch of incredibly homophobic, transphobic, racist scumbags, basically. Really not a very nice group of people at all. No. 1.3.1, holy smokes, we will be there in like 10 septillion years. It shouldn't be too bad. Are we moving still? We are moving, so obviously rigid clamp connections isn't actually doing an awful lot for this rocket, which is a bit of a shame. But anyway, we're going to get MechJeb to do this, because there is no way that I'm going to bother flying this myself. So, primer vector guidance. I know someone was asking about it before. You want this switched on for RSSRO. 180 by 180 seems fine to me. We're going to go for an orbital inclination of 28.64, because that's pretty much how we'll be launching when we actually launch this entire mission. This looks very, 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 very bizarre. And I don't want to launch to a land, but when we do this mission for real, I will select the moon as the target, and then we'll launch. But we'll engage autopilot, and hopefully this shouldn't be too laggy. If it's laggy, I do profusely apologize, but there's nothing I can do. I'm firing up 20, 42, hang on, wait, yeah, 42, 72, 80 F1 engines. 80 F1 engines, that was really bad on my maths then, I should have done that way quicker. 80 F1 engines on this first stage. And here we go. We can have a countdown in chat, but I'm going to go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I was kind of hoping it would take off when I'd like finished at 1, but obviously that didn't happen. Oh no. Oh, oops. I need to change that to like 185. Sometimes MechJeb does this. Target is unreachable even with infinite ISP. It shouldn't be. What are you doing? Maybe I should like set that to be like 170. Why are you doing this? It does not like my design. This should work. You know what I'm going to do? We're going to... That's really annoying. Slightly embarrassing. We were going to get a launch then. No, we're going to come back to the editor, and rather than having this payload on top of an interstage, I think I'm going to make an actual payload fairing decoupler, and that might make it work a little bit better. I don't know why MechJeb really wasn't liking that. Gotta go, guys. See you later. Thank you, ADHD official, for coming by. Enjoy the rest of your evening, and I hope you have a good one. You have a burn time of 3 days on the upper stages. Why do I have a burn time of 3 days on the upper stages? Why is that? That is wrong. That is really wrong. I have a feeling it might be something to do with these stars. Because that wasn't like that before. Yeah. Look. That's now 3 minutes and 2 seconds. Right, well, I'm going to get rid of those stars, because that is clearly causing problems. I think what I'll do is I'll get large separation motors. Separation. And place those on instead. That might be a little bit better. And we'll get like... these on here. Ah, this is really annoying. Right, so reset mode and snap keys. Don't know why that does that. It's really annoying, and it makes me hate editor extensions Redux, but you know, it's a brilliant mod anyway. So we'll place those on there. Then what I'll do is that can go at the same time as that. No, that can go at the same time as that. And there we go. Yeah, we're not getting weird issues with this now. I don't like the look of these separation motors though, which is why I tend not to use them. But if nothing else is going to work, then I guess this is what we've got to go for. And then those ones, the new ones, can come down there. And then we can get rid of that. And then look, yeah, 4 minutes. That is what we kind of had before. So I don't know what was going on, but that should hopefully now work. F1 launcher. I think I might just colour this in white as well whilst we're here, because then it's kind of like just one ginormous white stick at the moment, rather than having like metal at the bottom and it looking all kind of like, ew, why is it all metally at the bottom? We can just paint it like unicolor, and I'll do that as well. And there we go. I'm quite happy with that. That looks a little bit better. Maybe go on. Whilst we're here, I'm going to slap a decal on the side. I don't know what decal, but we're definitely getting a decal on. Let's go for 90, and we'll just get 4 of these. If I go that there, I'm not going to go for the British flag. Not that patriotic, no. We're gonna go for... Have I got anything from For All Kerbal Kind? I do have some of my flags from For All Kerbal Kind. Is there any that are good from For All Kerbal Kind? Don't have all of my main flags. Oh, I've got my Commonwealth Space Commission one. Let's just go for the Soviet Star, which I've clearly stolen from Beardy. There we go. We've got stars on the rocket now, and that'll be perfect. Right. Okay. So we're gonna simulate this 14 hours from now, I think, at the correct launch pad. Hopefully, 39A. Yep. Let's give this a go. Hopefully this will work this time. Carnasa, for the YouTube vid, could you launch it from the ocean, Sea Dragon-like? I could go and make myself another Kerbal Constructs pad. I've did a sea launch in the last long form video that I did when I actually launched Sea Dragon in that video. And it's not too difficult kind of bringing it to the sea and then launching from the sea. I absolutely could do that. That might be quite fun because obviously one of the reasons why the F1, not the F1, the Sea Dragon was proposed to be launched from the sea is due to the fact that like the size of the engine would have just obliterated any launch pad, and I think it would have also suppressed the sound of the engine igniting, and also the second stage, which ran on hydrolox like liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen. The Sea Dragon second stage wouldn't have been filled up from what I read on it. It would actually it would rely on electrolysis of the water to convert water into liquid hydrogen and liquid oxygen, and it would take that from the sea. I think that's what it would have done, which is kind of cool, but yeah. Anyway, what we're going to do is I'm going to try go for 180 by 180 again, and hopefully this time, current, engage, give us, yeah, there we go, that's looking perfect. 1080 meters per second left. I like to have about a kind of like leeway of about 800. I don't know why that's going down, that's a little bit concerning, but you know, that should be fine. Now it's jumped up. Weird. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to launch this in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And there we go. We've actually had fire up of those F1s, and hopefully this isn't going to be ridiculously slow. I mean, it's a little bit laggy, but to be honest, compared to some of the launches that I have done, look at all that smoke. Yeah, compared to some of the launches that I've done, this really isn't that bad. We have liftoff, we have successful ignition, and we are on our way to space, hopefully. And if this works, then theoretically the entire mission should work. I'm kind of tempted, now that I know that I have the Delta V to do this, I'm kind of tempted not to let this get to space and actually just whack the stack on and just do the full mission. It might take a little bit longer because it will be more parts, there'll be a lot more parts on it, but then that way I can just, you know, kill two birds with one stone and we can just do the entire mission. What do you reckon, chat? It really looks like a Sea Dragon. You can kind of imagine that this is just one ginormous engine rather than the, like, look at all those F1s. But yeah, chat, what do you think? Do you reckon, like, I know that this should actually make it to orbit now. Well, the only thing that might get in the way, actually, is decoupling. I'll wait and see what happens when we decouple the first time, and then if that is successful, I think I'll just go back to the VAB, whack the thing on top, turn off KCT, and then try and launch this for real. Right, no, I turned off slow-mo. Ooh, what was that? How many F1s are in there? There are currently 80. There are 80 F1 engines in that stage. It's a lot. This entire mission is going to have... I'll have to work it out by the time that I do the video, but it's going to have a lot of F1s. There is going to be an awful lot of F1s. Why did that not do that? Oh, it's because I need to hit select. Right, we're going to just, you know, physical time warp this a little bit. Maybe we can get up to 3 times. Yep, 3 times looks like it's working fine. This is actually a much nicer launch vehicle than a lot of the ones that I've done before, but then I guess they tend to be upside down, and upside down usually ends up going really badly. Oh dear. Carnasa, I need to justify this mission. I mean, my justification is it would hopefully make a cool YouTube video by the end of it. That's literally it. I've got to keep, like, trying to do interesting content. I can't just release the same old thing over and over and over again. Just a few. Oh my god, a lot of S1s. And I also produced the 10 septillion years. What the hell is that? Okay, well, yes, it's the N. No, it's just called the F1, isn't it? And it's like the American version of the N1. Right, we've got 1 second left on this stage. Come on, we have ignition of the second stage. The solid rocket boosters. Why are they not firing? Oh, they did. Right, we have successful separation. Look at that. That's awesome. Lovely. I'm going to take a picture of that. And there we go. This all works. Yeah, no, I'm perfectly happy with this. I'm actually happy with this. So I think what I am going to do is, rather than watching this for the next, what is it, like, however many minutes we've got left to burn, like 7 minutes, I'm going to revert to flight, or revert to the vehicle assembly, revert to the editor. We are going to whack our stack on top. Snapbox girl, hello, welcome to the stream, Carnasa. What? That is absolute mass of an engine cluster. I joined stream and faced that absolute mess of a cluster. Yes, that was 80 F1 engines. There are an awful lot of F1s on. I mean, look at it. When you come back into the VAB, there is a lot of F1s. Like, is this wider than the VAB? I think it might be. I can't actually see everything. It's too chunky. It's too big. It's too gosh darn big for everything in the VAB. Yeah, no, we can't see it properly. Right, anyway, with this, I think what I will do is we are going to take this and I want to create a subassembly. We're going to grab this by the interstage ring. We'll place that in there and we'll save this as the F1 launcher. There we go. F1 launcher. Save. Now what I can do is open this up. Well, no. I want to place this back on just in case something goes terribly wrong. We'll save, because I like saving frequently. And then we're going to open up the F1 or F exclamation mark LEO stack. And then we're going to attach these two together. Attach a shuttle orbiter to it. We can. What is the base diameter? I think the base diameter of this. I might hide all of this. I might hide all of this in a payload fairing actually, because this would probably look a lot better just in one ginormous payload fairing, rather than having an interstage here. I think, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that, and it'll still look the same, but it will hopefully look a little bit better. And then, that does mean that I could get rid of this payload fairing, but you know what, I'm going to keep it. I can't be bothered changing around the mass and figuring out how to land the F1 again, because that would be really bad. Right, we're going to go for a procedural fairing base, which I will place under here. Then we'll make this very big. Very, very, very big. We'll make that 10 meters in size. Yes, 10 meters in diameter. And then I'll place that at the bottom there. And then we'll get this come on top like so, and yeah, it's just a ginormous payload fairing, which we're gonna really ramp up the ejection power, because I feel like we are gonna need that in order for this to work. What kind of NASA computer do I have? I don't actually have that much of a powerful PC. Well, my graphics card that I own is RTX 3070 Ti, so that's pretty damn good. But the CPU is only like an i5-9600K, which is really not great for streaming and doing anything. And I noticed on the last stream that I did, I was getting a little bit of lag, which is why I tried to run it off of my GPU this time. But for some reason, NVIDIA NVENC does not like RTX graphics cards, and it causes it to be even more laggy. Really, really unfortunate, right? The density of that is really low. So I think I kind of want to make this, I guess I could keep this like this. Maybe I'll go for like this, and you know, we've got like some sort of stringer structure on it, and it looks a little bit nicer. And I will kind of eventually get round to maybe faffing around with this. But I don't know. I feel like, how much Delta V do we have on that stage now? Those two can go way before any of this. That wants to go there, like so. And I also probably want to actually sort out my staging whilst I'm here. That goes there. That gives us 3,174 meters per second of delta V. That's fine. Then I guess I want those to go there. And then maybe that to go there. And I feel like that should be good. Yeah, that looks like correct to me. F1 only to Proxima Centauri B when... Maybe after I do this. I've still got to do the entire moon one first before doing anything different, but we can see. Maybe that's something that I can do in the future. Definitely, I do want to do more like cursed creations like this. Cursed creations are always fun, and to be honest, doing one-off videos like this, which will be made into a one-off video, it's not going to be like a series or anything. I've just like made the live stream a somewhat semi-series due to the fact that I couldn't finish it on the first one. One-off videos tend to do better than long-running series, although long-running series, obviously, you get like people returning to view and stuff. But yeah, no, I like doing one-offs, and it's also kind of like nicer just to like think of an idea and then do it, rather than having to be like, oh no, now I need to do another episode of this series, which I kind of am getting a little bit with Coming Home Redux at the moment. I really want to finish that series. It's got to the point where like I've not got much left to do in it, but it's just a real pain opening up that save every time, because there's just, yeah, I'm not enjoying it. I'm much preferring doing like RP1 stuff right now, which is why like I've done all of the tutorials and I have done like streams like this. But I am thinking of also streaming Terra Invicta again, maybe, and also streaming, what is it, Mars Horizon, because I need to finish that Mars Horizon playthrough. Hopefully try and get the first achievement, because I was halfway through that. Right, I want to change this into cryo, and then I'm just going to make this white as well, you know, make the entire thing just like unicolor, except for the bottom, which is like nice and black. But this actually doesn't, I mean, it's not the worst looking of things. It could probably look a little bit better, but, you know, it really isn't all that terrible. Right, so now I need to figure out what the hell has happened to my staging, because obviously bringing this in has royally screwed that up. Right, so you are going to go in there. You are going to go in there as well. I love this song. I really, really like this song. It's just happy and, like, bouncy. You are going to go in... I've lost where those ended. There. F1 to 1969 when... Oh, I don't know. Why does it have the Soviet stars on it? Because I thought it looked cool. And I was basically going through my conformal decals folder and I just saw the Soviet stars, which I stole from Beardy. And I mean, it's kind of like, you know, the American Soviet crossover if the N1 was powered by F1 engines kind of thing. But no, I just like the look of the star. I thought it looked very nice on the side. We're not going for any sort of realism or real history here, obviously. So as long as it looked good, well, you be the judge of that. I don't know if this looks good. It probably, well, it could have looked a lot worse, I guess. Come on, let's get you down. In fact, I'll just place you there for now, and then we'll move you down there. So you are the first stage. Then we want to grab that and have its own stage, which can go there, like so. Carnasa, you know what? I did justify the launch. The Australian space program managed to land Jeb on the moon, but he broke the engine, and USA had a lot of the Saturn V engines spare. There we go. That's why we're doing. We're going to rescue Jebediah Kerman, because Arse have basically screwed him over. Obviously, the upside-down landings on the moon weren't greatly appreciated by Mr. Jebediah Kerman, and that's why we're doing this. Okay, so that's that stage. Now I need to figure out what the next one is, which I think should be this one. So I want to move that there, then I want to move that there, then that there. Is that's correct? Correct? No, that needs to go there. It's so friggin' hard, like, figuring out where everything is. I think that wants to go there, right? Yeah. And then I should have, like, one more set of engines that need to move down there. Now I need to move this all the way down here. This is annoying, sorting staging out on rockets like this. It really is a real pain in the arse. I think you should be able to see the staging, right, chat? Maybe? Carnasa, Cinematic Universe, got some deep lore now. Indeed. My Cinematic Universe is very weird, to say the least. It started off with Kerbal Gets Real, which was, you know, fair enough. That was pretty good. Then it went on to Coming Home and The Next Millennia, which, fair enough, they were all right. And then at some point it delved into, or devolved, you might even say, into, you know what, let's try and send N1 upside down, or try and land the Saturn V on the moon upside down, or on Mars. That was such a painful video to make. Honestly, that was probably, for a 1 minute short, I'm not doing that again. It took me probably about like 20 hours, maybe, to get that all done for a 1 minute long video. So yeah, that was pure pain. Pure pain. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be landing the Saturn V upside down anywhere else anytime soon. Right, that goes. And then do we have a central engine? No, there we go. That should be my staging sorted, I think. If I get this into its correct position, though, that would be great. We put that. I think we put that there. So that, yeah, the payload fairing goes then. And then we get all of those, payload fairing deployed. Then we get that with 4 F1 engines there, but I need the main decoupler from this, which is it this one? No. This one? No. Come on, give me the decoupler that I want, this one. Right, so we bring that all the way down to here, and that should be my staging sorted. I think that is staging done. Carnasa's people are more strange than Kerbal's, indeed they are. Still watching Kerbal Gets Real, no spoilers. I won't say anything about Kerbal Gets Real. The only series that I've ever actually finished. So yeah, no, I think that's why it gets a lot of rewatches, because I actually finished that series. It was a good series. It was my first series on YouTube, and like my voiceover has gotten a lot more professional, and I've gotten a lot more confident in speaking over voiceovers and all of that, but yeah, no, it was still an alright series. Right, so we built this. We can launch this, but I'm going to do something crazy. We're going to leave the VAB because I want to time warp ahead to like July. I reckon July will be a good date to launch this. If you want to launch to the moon, if you want to launch into the plane of the moon from Cape Canaveral in daylight without Principia, then you want to be launching between the end of March and the beginning of September. So that's kind of why I want to do this then. And I also want to turn off KCT. So we're going to turn off KCT, and we are going to time warp ahead to probably like, I don't know, July sometime. We'll go for like the 6th of July, 2 days after Independence Day, where the Americans threw all of our tea in the harbour. I don't actually really know when that was, the Boston Tea Party, but I'm assuming that coincided with July 4th. I'm not really all that clued up on my American history. I'm not even clued up on my UK history, to be honest, and I'm from it. Right, so we're going to go back into the vehicle assembly building and launch this and do this mission all the way through. Here we go. Oh, my KSP crashed. I do really hate it when the KSP does decide to do a kill and just no longer is responding. Luckily, I've been quite fortunate with this stream and everything still seems to be running quite well. And I've actually had this install open for about 6 hours because I opened it up earlier on to get a screenshot for the thumbnail, and then left it on whilst I was doing uni work, so because I couldn't be bothered to open it back up, and usually the longer you leave KSP on, the worse it gets. But this is taking quite a while to get into the vehicle assembly building. Don't launch it upside down. You will straight up dye your fair red in pain. Dye your fair red? Dye your fair red? I'm not sure if I understand that, but we're not going to be launching this upside down. No, it was a great tea party. Even the fish liked the tea. Yes, I'm sure they did. Oh, surely weren't they the only ones that consumed said tea? I don't know. Surprise! You will launch this upside down. No. We're not going to really be launching this upside down. I could if I wanted to, and it wouldn't actually really take that much editing to do. But I'm mostly done with the upside downs. I think that was getting me like a lot of views when I first started doing that, but it kind of like died off, and it got to the point in the last video, long form video that I did. I was just kind of like flogging a dead horse. It's like, yeah, I don't really need to do this anymore. I think there might feature... I know I had quite a lot of comments asking me to feature an upside-down launcher in For All Kerbal Kind, especially as I am launching from Australia, because I'm launching from Woomera Air Force Base. I'm not going to do that, because it's a serious series, but I might, when I get round to designing lunar landings, design a lander that has the engines above the capsule, and make it look realistic and make it look serious. And then that way it's kind of like, you know what, sort of a throw to the upside down stuff. But I'm not going to be doing actual kind of like what I've been doing in those shorts and shorter videos in For All Kerbal Kind, absolutely not. Although I've not been told a hard no from Beardy and N9, but I feel like they wouldn't really appreciate that. Considering, yeah, serious. Right, I think I'm ready to launch this. I'm just kind of like blathering on for no reason. So we're going to save it. And we're going to launch. Yep, here we go. We're going. This is it. We're going. Die your ferret? Die my ferret? I don't own a ferret. What are you talking about? Carnasa, name a price for you to launch that upside down. I mean, it would make the stream a lot longer. If anyone wants to join the memberships and see it upside down, you know, promoting my member, the join button above the video kind of thing. No. We'll see how it goes. Every time I boot up KSP, I end up closing it after 10 minutes of actual playing because the 20 minutes loading time made me tired of playing. Oof. See, what I tend to do is I load up KSP, I then go and do something else for like 5-10 minutes and then I come back. Usually it's watch an episode of Always Sunny or something like, or half an episode of Always Sunny. I've been watching that again recently. I've absolutely tanked through that series. I've seen it like twice before, but it is one of my favorite television programs. It is very, 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 very funny. Yeah, I'm on like I think I'm on season 11 or 12 now, and I only started watching it again maybe like a week ago. It's just constantly been on in the background whilst I've been doing all of my recent Kerbal films, because, you know, like, it's Kerbal, a lot of the time you are just waiting around, and especially if you're doing like cinematics or anything like that, it's just waiting around to get the shot and all of that. So in order to not make myself completely insane, I like to have a little bit of something on the left. Good luck, have fun, got to go to bed. Thank you VML for coming by the stream. Enjoy. Oh no, we're not on 39A. I have been betrayed. What on earth has happened here? I do not like it. What is it? This kind of looks a little bit like a dart, you know? Like one of the darts that you throw like at a dartboard. If you look at like the top, that's obviously like the needle of the dart. Then this is kind of like the weighted bit, and then you've got like the underneath that's the like where the plumage of the dart is, I guess, or it looks like a hypodermic needle of some sort. I don't know. What do you think this looks like? That's personally what I see to begin with, but you might completely disagree with me. And what we're going to do is we are going to set the moon as the target, and oh, there's an asteroid. Asteroids, Captain. No, it's only a very small one. Right, we are going to launch into plane of target. And in 23 hours and I almost got a direct launch with my time warp. 23 hours and 24 minutes, we are going to be launching to the target. I think actually, in order to get, you know, like a cool view of this going up, what we'll do is we'll target self. If we hit home, and then why are we moving? I shouldn't be moving. Why are we moving? Don't move, please. This shouldn't be moving. Why is it moving? Maybe I want to maintain velocity. Whoa, why are we moving like 1 meter? Oh, no. The camera's not moving. It's just the rocket is moving. Oh dear. Uh-oh, that's bad. That's really bad. I want to, this is not good. I might need to do Kerbal joint reinforcement on this, or I might need to auto-strut it. Because look, if I get away from here, the entire rocket is just flipping around, which is not great. It's like wobbling from side to side. Obviously our struts are not powerful enough, and then what I can do once we get this far out, we'll go for safe mode, which is like one of my favorite TUFX profiles, because experimental for some reason is broken at the moment. Yeah, that's not good. It's the Leaning Tower of oh my god. Oh dear. And you can kind of see the engines, like, sticking out. Yeah, this is not gonna work. This is not gonna work. It's doing the F1 dance. The Kraken like this toy. It does indeed. We're not going to be able to launch this because I need to time warp ahead to the launch, and it's not going to allow me to time warp whilst we're moving this quick. It's dancing around in circles. Okay, that's rather annoying. Let's go back to the vehicle assembly building, and I'll try and maybe make this a little bit more sturdy. I think I'm going to auto strut it. And I'm also going to add some more launch clamps, maybe slightly above the base. But what I'll do is I'll move them away so that that base doesn't crash into it, hopefully. Leaning F1 stack of help. What is that? Just tuned in. This is the entire F1 only to the moon stack. It has been completely built now. And it should, theoretically, with a little bit of luck, work all the way. I've tested the launch vehicle, I've tested landing on the moon, I've tested returning from the moon, I've done everything, and we are only using F1 engines. I really need to count how many F1 engines are in total, but I reckon it's going to be, well, it's 80 on the launch vehicle, then 4 for TLI, so that's 84, then 1 for capture, 1 for killing horizontal velocity, so that's 86. Then 1 for landing and 1 for taking off. So it should be 88, I think. 88 F1 engines in total for this. So in order to auto-strut this all really, really quickly, which is a really, really, really handy tool with editor extensions Redux, you can just go in here and you can just click that. And there we go. We've just auto-strutted every part to each other. Wonderful. Yeah, I'm gonna maybe put like 4 of these up here as well. And then obviously that looks like it's going to leave me with a really bad time, but what I can do in order to stop that from crashing in and really annoying me is go for something like this. And this does still count. Sorry, my words got a little bit slurred then. I'm not drunk, I promise. This should still count as being directly attached to that, and it also means that we won't go crashing into it with this. And hopefully this should work, and I just need to make sure that they are on the same point. Let's try this again. Let's try this again. Save and launch. This is Carnasa sanity. My sanity is like down on the floor somewhere right now. It's very far. It's completely gone. NASA ought to hire you. I mean, I don't think NASA really planned, ever really planned using nothing but the Saturn V's main engines to land on the moon and return. I think that's why they developed the J2. The J2 obviously being a lot more efficient and not quite as powerful as the F1. Moved out clamps do some weird problems with forces. Carnasanity. Carnasanity. Oh, I get it. I see. Carnasa and sanity, those two words, don't never go into the same sentence together. No, they do not. Oh, this is taking so long to load. Why? Let's just play like some chill, like upwards. It's like a cello, but guitar. Yes. I don't know how long this is going to take. Hopefully not too long. Big engine, better. Indeed, we are launching the biggest engines. Well, I don't think there's any big, well, Sea Dragon engine, maybe. Has there been any, in real life engines bigger than the F1 ever? Like ever designed or, well, like flown? I'm fairly sure the F1 is the largest engine ever flown, but I might be wrong. There we go. We're not moving this time. Yeah, we're perfectly still. We are perfectly still, which is great, which means I can mess around. I can set target with click, and I think I'll aim for this tank here, or maybe I'll go for this tank here, then I'll go home. And yeah, we're not moving this time, but this is going to take a really long time to move out of the way. We can get rid of zoom. Why? I'm not pressing any buttons, but my zoom's going down. Why has it done this? Why has it done this? Why has it done this? This is really annoying. Camera tools. Oh, maybe it's because I got maintain velocity on. Hang on. Let's go for that again. Nope, it's still doing it. It's still doing whatever the hell it wants to do. Sometimes camera tools does get a little bit buggy like this, which is annoying. Oh well, you know what I can do? I can just set the moon as the target and not worry about camera tools. It would have maybe been a cool launch, but you know what? Camera tools is not allowing us to do that, and now for some reason we're all the way over here. Fabulous. So with that being done, we can launch into the plane of the target and we can engage autopilot. Engage autopilot. That was a bit of a weird way of saying that. And here we go. Oh, I also want to actually turn on the pretty because we want it to look very pretty. I don't want experimental features because experimental features gets really blurry for some reason in this update, and I'm not sure what's causing it, but it looks a little bit rubbish. But we'll get rid of camera tools by pressing 0. And now we're going to launch this behemoth. AJ260. Oh, the AJ260. Was the AJ260 ever flown? I know that was like, wasn't it supposed to be like a alternative to the S1 or the Saturn 1B first stage? I'm not sure. I know it's like, it's a very, very, very big, very, very, very big rocket. It's doing its own video editing. Indeed it was. It was really weird though. That doesn't usually do that. It can get a little bit buggy at times, but I'd rather it not do that. But here we go, in 15 seconds. Can everyone see the count? I'll put the countdown here, and hopefully like my face shouldn't be covering that. Yeah, there we go. We can see it. 12. 11. It's going to be really slow because of how like how bad the physics is with a rocket this size. Here we go. 7, 6. You know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to turn the master volume down because otherwise this is going to be really, really, really loud. You're not going to be able to hear anything other than this. I'm going to turn that down to 6%. Apply, accept, resume. Let's go! Let's go! Come on, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we go for liftoff, and hopefully this will all work. So the AJ260 wasn't flown but was fired 3 times. So the AJ260 will have been the largest ever rocket fired then, but not the largest ever rocket flown. Because if it was never flown, it doesn't beat the F1. Look at all that smoke. It's like chickens, but more cancerous. As you know, like the look at all those chickens lean. Oh look, we're actually going quite quick. Oh, I should have like gotten rid of the HUD for this launch. I'm just gonna, you know, no, take a picture of that. This might be the thumbnail for the actual video. You know, just all of this smoke and like the rocket rising from it. Oh god, what on earth is going on there? That was bad. Come on, I want to go down. I want to go. It's not letting me go any further down. It won't let me go further down. Come on, game. Come on, game. There we go. Look at that beautiful shot of the. Oh, the smoke disappeared. RD-170 was the most powerful. Soon RSRMV. RSRM. Okay. Yes. And yes, soon the RSRMV. Isn't it being rolled back out on the 8th to the 10th of November? If I recall correctly. And I know, apparently, I can't remember how long ago this was that I was reading it, but they've done some more testing within the VAB. Obviously, they can't test it fully as they would like, but they may. I vaguely recall reading somewhere that they fixed some of the issues that they were having before, which will be really cool. And hopefully it does mean that finally SLS will fly, which will be great. I come back to this monster. Oh my goodness gracious me. I hope it does not commit spontaneous kablooey. I would also really like that. Try punch this tiny fly. Poor fly. What did the fly ever do? Well, this might take a while. I'm a little bit concerned. Like, I could physical time warp this. Maybe I try. Let's go for ×2. Do I risk going for 3 times? Maybe it might be worthwhile doing. Let's try 3 times. I dare not go to 4 times though. With a rocket this size, 4 times physical time warp is going to mean that I'm going to end up in tears on the floor because the entire thing just goes BAM! And explodes into a million pieces, which would be really sad. 4 times. You reckon 4 times? Do a flip. Do a backflip. You reckon 4 times. You reckon 4 times is safe. I don't think 4 times is safe. The Kraken is strangely dormant. It really is. When I've been launching all of like upside down rockets, and the Saturn V to Mars was really bad for Kraken attacks. But this is actually working out quite well. I don't need landing info up at the moment, so I can get rid of that. But I do want to see my Delta V stats because I want to see when this stage is going to run out of fuel. So if I go for that, we've got 25 seconds. Oh, we're turning over a little bit now. And I think once I get to about maybe 2 seconds, what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill the 3 times physical time warp, and we will just go at normal speed. And then that way we can have separation, and hopefully everything should go well. Did I turn test flight off? I don't think I did. No, 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 no. Don't get ignition failures, please, please, please. No, it is enabled. It is enabled, and I don't want it enabled. Go. There we go. Whew. There we go. And separation. And we are on our way to space. Here we go. Yeah, that was good. That was really good. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that mess of engines and this thing. Holy cluster, Batman. Look at that. Whee. And we went straight through that stage. And now we've split that section off, it is time to physical time warp again. I'm just gonna 3 times time warp, okay? That's what I'm happy with. Any faster than that, and I am a little bit scared that it's gonna go boom, and I will be very upset. Looks like a flying screwdriver. I guess you could say that. Is it a Phillips or a flathead screwdriver though? It's kind of like a Phillips, isn't it? Because like the flathead would be, you know, like it would have a flat head. This is quite clearly pointed. It's very, very, very pointed. You wouldn't want this stabbing me. Right, I'm going to turn vacuum ambient light down whilst we do this launch because I don't need it all the way up there. Get that down to 0.05, which I think is what the default setting is. What's the diameter on the first stage? I think the diameter on the first stage was 45 meters. So 4.5 times the size of the Saturn V, roughly. Twice the size of Sea Dragon. A hell of a lot bigger than a tiny thing. Like, what's that like? Yeah, I think that's 30 centimeters in diameter. So much, 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 much bigger than one of those. Well, we are almost in space, but obviously we're still quite some ways off of orbit. The payload fairings were decoupled rather nicely. They didn't come and like split off in a weird angle that caused this to completely break, because that can happen with payload fairings at times, which is a little annoying. But it looks like we were on for a good course this time. No, they didn't betray me and suddenly decide to, you know, do the fairing dance and completely destroy my entire craft. Oh, hang on. Oh, come on. There we go. We're good. I didn't even need to turn off time warp. Brilliant. I just remembered I was meant to be revising for my Mandarin exam. Oops. Oopsie daisy. When is your Mandarin exam? Dilas or Dillas? When is it? Yeah, I should probably also be doing some uni work right now, but I've been at uni today and I thought, you know what? After uni today, I'm going to celebrate by trying to get this to work, and I feel like if I've not been quite as coherent as this in this stream today as I was in my last one, it's probably because I am quite tired. I've been up since 6 o'clock. No. Was it earlier than that? I think it might have been 5:30. I had to take Alicia to the train station this morning, drive her in. So I've been up for a long time, and then I've had brain work to do with university, and now I'm doing even more brain work trying to get this weird contraption to work, and it's going pretty well so far. And you know, I'm not actually filming any of this right now, but I will for when I do the final video, and I'm just making sure that this all works on stream. So I'm going to have to do this again, and I'm going to have to film everything. And it'll obviously, when I edit it, it'll probably be sped up maybe about like 10 times. It's going to be a lot of fast speeds. Go revise. I hope I don't fail classes this year. I also hope I don't fail classes this year, as I'm going into my final year. I should be revising for my A-level math statistics exam. I do stats. I know I did stats for my GCSEs. I don't think I did stats for my A-levels. I only did maths for 1 year at A-levels anyway. I dropped maths after a year because I wanted to... Well, I didn't really... I think I was doing like... What was I doing? It's so long ago now. I can't remember. Maths, biology, chemistry, and geology were my A-level topics. And yeah, I dropped maths to just carry on with those three. Okay, we're in space. By 180 by 179 kilometer orbit. Perfect. This is brilliant. And we still got 9,967 meters per second of delta V. Did I put multi-layer insulation on this? Oh, I did. I actually did. I can't believe I remembered to do that. Anyway, we are going to hit space to decouple this. Then we're going to turn the RCS on and slowly push ourselves away from this stage. Really, really, really slowly, because, you know, this is a friggin' heavy stage. I think, yeah, this weighed about, what, 300 or 400 tons? It was quite chunky. It was very, very, very chunky. Right, okay, so next thing that we're going to do is, we already have the moon as the target. I could get MechJeb to plot the maneuver, but you know what? I'm going to do this myself. I have the ability to plot a maneuver to the moon myself. Yeah, I think that might be a little bit early to start the burn there, but we'll have to see. Right, we want this to be about 3,150, I think. Or thereabouts. 3,100 and... Oh, 28 is going to get us an encounter. Where is our perigee going to be? Oh no, this actually might be perfect. Yeah, this will. If we get that down to there, I want to come in at about 100 kilometers, because that's where I want my final... Oh, I could come in a little bit lower and kill my horizon. Yeah, I probably could come in a little bit lower. Maybe we go for like 50 kilometers. And then kill all of our horizontal... no, 100 kilometers is where I tested it. 100 kilometers is where I tested it. I don't want to go away from the tests. Let's move that up to about 100 kilometers. Yeah, we'll go for that. Okay, perfect. Now I need to stick myself at the node and get ready to perform this burn. What mod do you use for those big RCS pods? These are now actually just part of standard RSS-RO RP1 on the Express install. They've added some much bigger sizes. I don't know when they did that, but it was really, really, really nice to see, because when you're like moving something this heavy, having these is definitely a big help. And you know what I am going to do? I'm going to actually activate the next ones as well, just to move this a little bit quicker, because right now we're moving very, very slowly. Does RSS-RO need visual mods, or is RO the visual mod? It does need visual mods. RSSVE, I know, was a old visual mod. I don't know if that's still the recommended one, because to be honest, the only installs of RSS that I have picked up recently have been the RP1 Express install, which covers all of the visual mods that you could ever possibly want in it. Well, no, the only one that it's missing, the Express install, is TUFX, which is this, which adds kind of like post-processing effects. So like you can do like all of these different like kind of effects. It's the only one that it's missing, but everything else is covered by the RP1 Express install, which is really, really nice. RSSVE is also installed as part of Express install. Okay, so it is still RSSVE that is kind of the main visual mod for RSS-RO. I know that you've also got things like not Eve, what is it? Whatever Lucy was working on. What was it? What was Lucy working on? I can't remember the name of it. Someone in the comments will know. Evo. That's it. Jimmy Maguchi. Others are available. PRVE. I don't think I've ever seen PRVE. Thank you, Jimmy Maguchi, though. But yeah, Evo. Evo was what I was trying to think of. Right, we have kind of, like, moved too far. Why have we moved too far? Come on. Don't screw this up for me now. This is going to be an entire run of this mission. And it will work. It will work. I can feel it. I feel it in my fingers and my bones and my what else do I feel it in? My head. It's just a song lyric, isn't it? I feel it in my fingers. What if... I'm just thinking of Love Actually that's in. Okay. Orbit. Fine. Ooh, a ding. I'm assuming that's going to be a subscriber. I really need to like get a second monitor so I can actually check what those say. Right. Rather than me doing this myself, I'm going to get MechJeb to do this because I'm not entirely sure if I can do this down to the kind of like the tolerance that I would like. I think I'm going to put a tolerance on this of 3.5 meters per second. We're going to execute the next node and we should be on our way to the moon. So as long as this works and as long as the next stage works, I know that the stage after that is completely fine and we should have everything ready to perform this mission. Yeah, no, things are looking good. So Waterfall is wonderful. I do like Waterfall. Waterfall is much better than Real Plume in my opinion. It's kind of a shame. Is there a mod that imitates the RSSRO changes but without Viz mods? You can just get it all without the visual mods if you're worried about not having like the PC to run it. You don't need the visual mods, and if you get the RSSRO RP1 Express install and you go for like the lowest quality, I'm fairly sure it doesn't actually add any of the visual mods, or if it does, it only adds like the bare bones ones. But I would imagine we're flying very close to our launch vehicle. Oh, let's not crash into that, please. Whee! We go swimming past that. Swimming? Real Plume plus Waterfall is even better. Doesn't Waterfall rely on a bit of Real Plume in order to work? I know it used to, but it might not anymore. I know when it first came out that you kind of had to do some weird things with Real Plume and Waterfall in order to make Waterfall actually work properly. You can also manually install stuff. You can, and you can also manually uninstall stuff through CCAN if you've installed it through CCAN without having the issue of, oh, I've ticked that box and now it's going to remove all of my mods. Basically, you just go in your game data folder, find the offending mod that you want to remove, and just delete it. But be aware of going into your game data folder and just randomly, willy-nilly, just deleting everything, because that's a surefire way to break an install unless you know what you're doing. I definitely am more speaking from experience then. Though the For All Kerbal Kind install now is so heavily modded. I've written so many different configs for that just to make it so that like I have all of the engines that I could possibly want. And it's looking quite different from a standard RSSRO RP1 install. Right, we are going to encounter the moon. Now what we want to do is make sure that we encounter the moon at about, yeah, we'll go for 100 kilometers. Pretty much 100 kilometers. Then I'm going to add a maneuver here. I don't want to stick to the node, I just want this off. I'm going to turn off RCS for now as well. And we're going to capture into a low lunar orbit and try and get it as circular as possible. It's going to be quite a quick burn, so it should be relatively easy to do. That's 96 by 102. Let's get that more there. And I think what I can do is I can snap node to Periapt to get it perfectly on. And there we go. That's perfectly fine. I love randomly deleting things. Delete system 32. Yes, I would highly recommend not going into your PC's system files and just going absolutely crazy. Be like, oh yeah, nope, this doesn't look it, but why is that using all of my memory? Yeah, that's gone in the bin. No, try not to do that. Try not to break things, because Otherwise, you'll end up very upset. What does RP1 do? I want to suffer as much as possible. RP1 is the career mode for Real Solar System and Realism Overhaul. So basically, it sets you in 1951. It gives you kind of like real life tech, although that comes more from Realism Overhaul. RP1 is the career, basically. The science progression and the funding and the contracts for Real Scale Solar System and for Realism Overhaul. Fantastic mod. I've got multiple series on it. Got the next millennia, Kerbal Gets Real. I'm now in for Kerbal Kind, which uses RP1. Yeah, really, really, really great mod. Love it to bits. Right, we are going to decouple. You know what I might do, right? This might look a little bit crazy, but we're going to do this. Hang on, we're going to do this. I said, oh no, I can't because I've got no control. Gosh darn it. Here we go, we've got control again. We are going to turn on our RCS. And we're going to do this. No. We're going to fly straight into the moon. Like a lunatic. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to decouple this. I'm going to move this over slightly. Kill rot, please. Kill rot. And then I'm going to bring this back so that it's at 100 kilometers. Then we'll snap that to periapts. Then we'll do this, and hopefully, if we bumped into that, we did bump into that. Damn it, that's annoying. Right, what is our? Oh, that maneuver's right in the way. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get rid of you. 105. Yeah, that's fine. I'm quite happy with that being there, to be honest. If I hit pause, that's messages unmuted, so I want to hit that again because I want my messages muted. Message is muted. Be careful out there. Perfect. 105 kilometers isn't the end of the world. I guess we can go for that. We'll add a maneuver there. We're going to snap node to periapt, and I'm going to put minus 800 prograde in there, and that should roughly be what I want. Yeah, we need a little bit more, a little bit less. So we'll go for about somewhere in the vicinity of there. There we go. That'll be fine. Now we are ready to go to the moon, and hopefully we don't run out of electric charge on the way. We've got perpetual electric charge. Brilliant. So we won't run out. These are tracking, aren't they? They are tracking because they're moving. Perfect. Let's go to the moon. Carnasa, am I Matt Lown? I am not Matt Lown. I mean, I don't think I look anything like Matt Lown. First of all, I have like blonde hair, which you can probably just about see under the hat. And I think Matt Lown has very dark hair. Matt Lown also doesn't play RSS-RO RP1. He's too afraid of it. He's too scared. People have asked him many times, but he's too much of a scaredy cat to play this wonderful set of mods. Matt Loud after making his 10th SSTO to Eve. I mean, I did mention it earlier on, like, he does, there is obviously the meme that he goes around making the exact same content over and over again, which is why I do stuff like this. Why I want to do stuff like this, in order to basically keep things fresh and interesting. I've never designed a rocket that only uses F1 engines to land on the moon before. So I thought, you know what, let's give it a go. Let's give it a whirl and see if I can land on the moon only using F1 engines, and also return the F1, the solitary F1 at the top too. I could quick save this mission. I think I will quick save. I was going to say, I could quick save this, or I could just, you know, try and fly it in one go. But I feel like quick saving would definitely be the safest way to do this, because there is a lot of chances of this going completely wrong. Especially when it comes to the landing. Absolutely when it comes to the landing. And I need to find my little spot where I want to actually land, and hopefully it be in the day, and that we're at a good inclination to come over for it. I don't think we are. That's a little bit of a worry. Matt Lown, try not to make the same video 5 times in a row. Challenge impossible. Did anyone watch his live stream where he was doing a moon mission just like in real time? He didn't even do it in real time. Like, he went to sleep for half of it. I was like, how can you call this doing a moon mission in real time if you're not even there for like the vast majority of the stream? He just did the burn, set an alarm, and then woke up the next day, and I was like, what on earth are you doing? But yeah, this is why I wanted to set my earlier stage to impact the moon, because then that way we get rid of that probe and, you know, keep things nice and tidy. Right, so I'm not going to land in that crater that I've been landing in, so I need to figure out somewhere that I can land in, or somewhere that is, yeah, it's got to follow this line, so we need to land somewhere around here, because we want to be launching like straight up that way, so somewhere around here would be perfect to land, I think. Anyway, let's have a look at the moon. Suddenly, moon. Oh, it's so big. Right, we're going to point to the node and get ready to perform this burn. It's going to take a while. Oh, no, it's going to take a very long time if I don't turn my RCS on. Matt's secretly in chat. Hopefully not. I don't think Matt's ever commented on any of my videos, as per se. I know he commented on the Leicester trip video, the one where me and Beardy went to Leicester. So I'm assuming he knows who I am if he's seen that video. It'd make his channel more popular. What, doing different content? I mean, he's found quite a kind of like nice ground now, I think, with uploading Space this week. He doesn't really do Kerbal Space Program anymore. He's gone the way that all Kerbal Space Program YouTubers go, because making Kerbal Space Program YouTube videos is bloody time consuming, and it'd be much better your effort spent elsewhere, basically. That's why I've had several long breaks, because it does take an awful lot of time to do really any sort of good KSP video. Like, I've been streaming this now for 3 hours, and I was streaming it for 2.5 hours the other day. I've not even started filming this for the video that I want to do. It does take a really, really long time and a lot of effort. The effort to, like, payment ratio of making KSP videos is pretty poor. Which is why a lot of KSP YouTubers like Scott Manley, Marcus House, Matt Lown, Shadow Zone kind of is starting to do it as well. They all go off and do other things. Although I think Shadow Zone still mostly does KSP content. Katniss, yeah, I know something about that. Of course you do. How long did you spend on the Uranus video? Probably far, 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 far too long. It does take a very long time. I don't know what the longest video that I've spent on, but I'm fairly sure I've spent, I don't know, probably like 80 hours on one video. There was definitely one that I spent probably nearly that much. I think it might have been the last episode of The Next Millennia. I spent an awful, awful lot of time on that video. I know the Mimi video that I was working on, I'm not sure if I'm ever going to release, which was the video for RSS using only stock parts. I probably already spent about 60 hours on that video, and I've got like 8 minutes of it done. And I wanted it to be about a 20-minute long video. So that's, yeah, it does take a long time. 4 months on Uranus, 2 years on Neptune and counting. Yes, you have spent a really long time on the Neptune video, but then you are doing Baikonur, you're completely, I saw your checklist the other day. I think it's in the announcements on your Discord, isn't it? I just saw it and I fancied giving it a bit of a gander. And there is a lot that you have to do for that video, so no wonder why it's taking you 2 years. It'll be very, very, very cool when it comes out. Matt Lau making the 15th minimus STO with a slightly larger passenger capacity. Our orbit is a little bit wonky, but you know what? It's not the end of the world. Right, we are going to come here. Right, let's only decouple. So, disable top staging. No, disable bottom stage. Yeah, I want to decouple that. There we go. Perfect. Now we are ready to begin our final descent. And where are we at the moment? We are there. Now, in order to get back to Earth, I want to be landing on that white line. So can I create a maneuver over that white line? Because that's really where we want to be pointing. We want to fire straight up and just come back this way. I can make a maneuver over that. So that is going to be there. I want to come down around there. And then that way, that means we can do a direct descent, basically straight back to Earth. And hopefully everything should be good. I think once we get to here, over this little crater or mare there, what we will do is... Actually, that's not the one that I was landing in before, is it? No, it wasn't. It didn't look like that. I think the one I was landing in before was like down here somewhere. If I can find it. I know it by sight, I swear. I saw it so many times, but if we're going there, maybe... Are we sure that's the right place? We're going to be launching up... Yeah, that should be good. That should be good. It's a flex to say you've done anything in RSS. Is it? I know RSS is obviously quite tricky, but it doesn't take too long to kind of like figure out how to do things. And let's quick save. There we go. Doing stuff like this is this stuff like this tends to be a little bit trickier, but it's still with a little bit of practice you can end up doing weird things. Right, let's get ready to burn this stage and try and kill all of my horizontal velocity. Here we go. Let's do this. We're on our way for a landing. There we go. The F1 has fired up. And what I want to see is that horizontal speed, which I can barely see. I want that to read about 0 meters per second, or somewhere around there would be perfect. I've never actually played JNSQ. It might be something that I kind of want to get back into, though. Being in the stock system, and obviously with like the new parallax updates, it would be really cool to explore the stock system and maybe make some cinematics. Because I did want to make some cinematics in stock. That'd be pretty nice thing to do. 700 meters per second. 600 meters per second, 500, 400, 300, 200, 120. We're 20 meters per second short. However, I do have a little bit of RCS that can, you know, like kill this off, which we'll do. We'll leave this for a little while and we'll kill off some more of our horizontal velocity. I would really like this to be how long until we hit the ground. Let's get landing info back up because I need to see this. Where are you? No, landing info. We have 4 minutes and 46 seconds until we hit the ground. Okay, that's not actually that long. But I really want to get my horizontal speed down as much as I possibly can. Because I need to spend that, in that 4 minutes, 15 seconds, I need to try and kill off as much horizontal speed as I can. And then I also need to flip the rocket up, decouple this, get the landing gear out. I think we should be fine though. We're now moving 11 meters per second. Carnasa, when a nuke comes at Australia, answer it turn upside down. We will. I'm hoping that no nukes come towards Australia in For All Kerbal Kind, because I feel like that is definitely where the series would end. If suddenly we all started nuking each other, that is a surefire end of the world catastrophe that I don't think any nation would fully recover from. So I don't think that is going to happen. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Right, we've got 2 minutes. We're going 3 meters per second. I'm going to kill Rot now. And once we get to like 1 meter per second, I'm going to flip this up like so. Yep, let's go up. Let's kill our velocity. Let's flip this up, and this is really cutting it fine. Really cutting it fine. But, you know, I think we might have this. We're going to F5, and I need to start my burn at about 4 seconds, just under 4 seconds. That is where I figured out it was before. If I can do this all in one go, that would be absolutely bloody marvellous. But I have a feeling, I've got a very strong suspicion that this will not work. I think I'm going to also now... decouple this. Decouple this. And also fire up a little bit so we get away from that stage. And hopefully don't land straight on that, because that would be terrible. Got 51 seconds until we need to start our suicide burn. And I also... Am I using both of these? No, I'm not. Damn it. I want to kind of get away a little bit. I want to get away. Oh, I might not have enough time to do this. Come on. Let's hit that. Oh, that was a ding. I don't know what that is. I'm gonna ignore that for now, because I need to make sure that this works. Right, where's the engine? There. I'm gonna do a quick save now. 20,000 meters above. 16 seconds until we start the burn. Let's deploy the gear. Here we go. This is it. We are going to start the suicide burn at about 4 meters per second, or 4 seconds. 5, 4, go. I might have started that a little bit too early. Oops. Right, and now I'm just going to wait until this reaches 0. I'm going to cut that at 0, or try. I did it perfectly last time. Can I do it again this time? No. But yeah, we were a little bit too high. I started that a little bit too early. I know I started that too early, and it's going to come and bite me in the arse. Oops. Oh, will we still land? Will we still land? Will we still land? We're still coming down quite slowly. This might do it. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on. Come on, roll, roll. This, no, 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 no. We've lost this. Oh, that's annoying. Almost, but I just started it a little bit too early. Right, we're going to load that quick save and do this. It was so close, it was so close. Your tutorial doesn't work anymore to install RP1. I know, it's old and outdated, that's why they're unlisted. The main principles of it should still apply, you just don't need to revert to 1.10. You don't need to downgrade to 1.10, you should just basically all that tutorial was telling you to do is click RP1 Express install. Oh, come on, we can do it. The second time's the charm, right? No one cares about third. Second time is the charm. We're going to do it this time. 10. Right, I'm not going to count this down because I need to start this pretty much bang on. 4. Let's go there. I think that might have been a little bit too late. Here we go. 400. Yeah, that looks like it might have been a little bit too late. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, we bounced. This is just going to flip the wrong way, isn't it? I didn't turn the springs off on these either. So, yeah, I want to bring the springs down on these wheels. And bash. Let's load that quick save again. At least this time, I'm a little bit lower down to the moon. So, all I need to do is just fire up the engine and try and get it perfectly on. And we will be able to do this. I mean, I've done it like once this live stream already. I did it in the last live stream. I've got better time warp, but I'm really not doing it. I tried not, but it still doesn't work. You can't just relight the F1 wait, set the dampeners to full. So dampeners to full. Damp ratio 1, spring ratio 0.3. So they're not going to be very powerful. Or they're not going to hold us up much. Right, 7, 6, 5, 4. Let's go then. I feel like that was perfect. I feel like this might be the one. I'm really hoping it's the one. Pointing up. 200. 100. There we go. 3.7 meters per second. Come on. Don't. No. 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 No, we've lost it. God damn it. Oh, only this one leg is... Oh, that's really annoying. I don't think I'm going to have enough time to set all of the springs and dampeners to the correct... I can try it. You know what I'm also going to do? No, I do just want to do standard time warp. Right, let's try it again. I don't think I'm going to be able to set all of the legs to the correct value. Pray to Scott manually. You should fly this upside down. I've done it. I've done enough upside down rockets for now. There were lots of upside down rockets. Use slow-mo mode, and then quick save after. Yeah, that might be a smart idea. I can probably turn slow-mo mode on really quickly. So if I get better time warp up, and we go slow-mo, and then we do this. No, I want to select. Come on. Oh no, I pressed the wrong... Right, let's try that again. This time, it's going to work. That wasn't an attempt. No actual attempt was made. I just, for some reason, slow-mo time warp wasn't working. Even though I was holding down Alt and pressing period. But it just wasn't working. So we're going to try this again, and this time it will work. Please don't blow up again. No, hopefully it won't. I'm a little tired of the upside down rockets, not gonna lie. Yes, I know, that's why I am not doing them anymore. Right, here we go. Here we go. Let us turn the spring ratio down to about 0.4. We'll turn the dampeners all on to 1. Yeah, and hopefully this should help things out a little bit. Damp ratio 1, spring rating to 0.4. I suppose I could try landing this 0.4, 1, 0.4 and 1. I could try landing this in slow motion mode for now, but I'm going to get my gear out. I'm going to like slow the slow motion down to like 0.5 or 0.2. And then what I'll do is I'll quick save here, 14 seconds above. We'll start ullaging this. Although I have noticed before that ullaging... Oh no, it is working. It is working. Maybe just super slow-mo mode isn't really working with this. Right, let's... Right. Oh, 5 seconds. Let's slow it down. 4.4, 4.3, 4.2, 4.1. Let's fire up at 4 and see if this works. Come on, you beautiful F1 engine. Let's slow this down so that we don't have any ullage issues. And Starlight begins to play. Lovely. Right, here we go. Slow it back down, and hopefully this should be the one. And I'll be able to like kill my velocity a little bit easier with this now as well. I'm gonna... Oh no, the vacuum... Let's turn all of these off because it looks a little bit bright to me. But oh no, apparently not. Oh, here we go. Also, do you know how to make a caveman rocket? Because I'm making one for your video that doesn't use the 7-point materials science node. I've made a few caveman rockets in my time, for definite. I don't know, the one that I did on my 10 early orbital rockets video wasn't the best, but it wasn't terrible. I think this might actually be quite good. We're moving 70 meters per second currently. How far up are we? 100 meters. Yeah, this is still... I started that a little bit early. Let's kill that there. Let's see how this works. Oh, no! Oh, come on. No, that's still a bit of an aggressive bonk. Gosh darn it. Right. Let's load this again. So I think I started that at about 4 seconds. I'm going to go for 3.9. We'll try this. I've never managed to get better time warp working. What do you need to hold down to get it to actually use the new speed? So you need to select it in this. So you like click the select button, and then to like obviously physical time warp in space, it's Alt and period. So like the time warp buttons, but you hold down Alt at the same time. And that should hopefully get it working. Right, we're going to ullage, and we're going to go for this. And I think I'm going to go for like 4 point or like 3 point there. Why did that not... I pressed Z and it didn't do anything. Why did that not do anything? God damn it. Just want to land this, okay? I want to perform the full mission. I think that's a little bit slow, that one. I think that's a little bit dangerous to do. Right. 0.005 is really not enjoying. The game really isn't enjoying that. Imagine having a 4K monitor. A 4K monitor would be really nice. I've only got a 180p one, although my monitor is really big. It's a very large monitor, but it's only 180p, which actually makes it look even worse because there's so many pixels spread out in not very much space. Right, okay, let's try this again. Let's go for 0.5 to begin with, and then when I get a little bit closer, we're going to go to the next step down, which is 0.01. Let's do that now. And then hopefully when I get to about 4 seconds, if I come off this and make sure I'm not hovering over anything, when that gets there to about, yeah, just after 4 seconds, I'm going to fire that again so that it's not 3.9, but it'll be damn close. So there. Hopefully this one will work. I have a meeting with a professor in 5 minutes. You have a deadline. Well, hopefully this will work. So go to 0.5 and try and get this engine to fire up a little bit quicker. I mean, I have landed this already. Once. This stream. But this is the first time I'm attempting the entire mission. Hopefully it will work. I want to do the entire mission, damn it. It has to work. Right, so we're 700 meters up. Who reckons this one will work? And who reckons I started this too early? Is Mr. Jebediah on the rocket? No, there is actually no one on the rocket. It is completely uncrewed. I think any Kerbal would get turned into basically mint soup if they tried to ride on this rocket, because using a F1 to go back to Earth is going to provide a thruster-weight ratio of about like 33. So that's like pulling 33 Gs on one stage of this. Yeah, we are looking a little bit better than I was before, but still not quite where I want to be. Let's kill the engine there. We're moving 1.5 meters per second. Come on, come on, come on. You are still going to fall over. You are still going to fall over. God damn it. You know, I've never actually succeeded with better time warp on. The only times I've ever landed was when I was doing it in real time. So I'm going to try it again in real time. And if it doesn't work, then I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to cry and swear profusely and vent my frustration. And I don't know how I'm going to do that. I got my hopes up, to be honest. Yeah, that was really close. Like, that was much, much, much closer. I still need to start the burn a little bit later, obviously. But I'm going to try once more with without the better time warp and see if I can do this the good old-fashioned way with no time warping shenanigans. And I think I might have started that a little bit too late, but you know, we'll see if this works. I'm gonna go for... It's not gonna work because I didn't really give myself enough time. 100 and there. Oh, that almost was dead on perfect. Come on. Yes. Yes. No. Yes. Yes. Better time warp. You can suck it. You can actually suck it. I can do it better in normal speed than with slow-mo. I don't need slow-mo. I need real speed because obviously, yeah, honestly, that's weird. You would have thought with slow motion that I would have had a much harder time doing that. But yes. So this engine can be throttled. I saw someone about throttling, but unfortunately, it only throttles down to 74%, which when we're moving this quickly, it's really not a huge amount. And if I put slow time warp on, I don't really get the option to kind of like throttle it because it takes forever on the nav board to actually respond to my input. So throttling this isn't really going to be an option. I just have to perform a perfect suicide burn like this. I could have done it even better because I actually went up a little bit, but this is fine. This is fine. I've done it. We've landed. Now what I need to do is just go back. And this is the easy part, hopefully. The hardest part is definitely landing on the surface. And look, we are pretty much directly where I want to be. Pointing straight up from here should get us a lovely, lovely, lovely course back with the Earth. I'm hoping anyway. We are in the right direction. We are in the right orientation. We're going to point up. I'm going to set the Earth as my focus. And then what we're going to do is we are going to attempt to launch. And with 69 viewers, very, very nice. Very nice. Your brain thinks too fast for slow-mo. Exactly. I can't deal with the slow-mo. I'm like already moving on to the next thing, which is why obviously the slow motion isn't really working. Right, the moon. We're gonna... yeah, no, my brain isn't working at all at the moment, apparently. So we're gonna look at this. Then what I'm going to do is we are going to... Oh, my staging is a little bit wonky. We want this to be here. And I'm ready just to go. We want this to go back to the moon. We want to point up. These RCS should fire. We've got ullage on this. I'm going to slow time warp after this has been fired up. Let's turn RCS on. There we go. Slow this down. And we'll have a look at our trajectory to Earth. And hopefully, this should all work. We're only going to be burning this stage for not very long at all, but this stage has worked multiple times in the past, so I'm fairly sure it will work now, but you never know. Things change all the time. What time is it where you are, Carnasa? It's 10 PM here. I am tired. It is 9:30 at the moment. I wasn't paying attention and I completely overshot. Oops. Damn it! No! I was looking at the chat and we burnt through and we completely overshot. Oops, but there is an easy way to fix this. What we can do is we can point retrograde and we can just burn through a load of RCS. If I'd have been paying attention, we could have done that. That brain is going 1 FPS. It's both going so fast, it predicts the future, but it gets it. Should have quick saved. I should have done a quick save, but we should be able to do this. I should be able to turn around and get myself back on a correct, like a correct-ish collision course with the Earth. Hopefully, but yeah, no, I think, I don't imagine this stream is going to be lasting an awful lot longer, because I think as soon as I've finished this is the end of the mission. As soon as I land this safely on Earth, that's it, we've done it. I've done F1s only to the moon, and then I need to go away, refilm the entire bloody thing, edit it down into probably like a, I don't know, 10-15 minute long video, maybe like just a, probably not even a 10-minute video, maybe like an 8-minute long video, and throw in some funny stuff like me celebrating on Saturday when I actually did this for the very first time, because I was incredibly excited that I managed to do that. Right. Yeah, we're going to turn better time warp back off. We're going to do standard physics warp. We'll select that, and then I will just use our RCS like this, and we'll just burn through it until this comes down. And it's going to take a very long time. It's been 83 years. When is the video going to drop? I imagine the video will be released sometime next week. Depending on time constraints. I've got to finish my For All Kerbal Kind episode this week, which should be coming out on Sunday, as long as Beardy's and N9's episodes come out on Sunday, schedule permitting. I'm still waiting on Beardy for a joint mission that we're going to be working on. And yeah, I filmed most of my episode now, but yeah, no, For All Kerbal Kind episode editing will be happening the rest of this week, as well as me doing university. I'm going to try and get my last lunar landing tutorial out at some point in the next few days, because I've actually filmed the launch of it and the landing of it. I just need to film a little bit of like the actual build of it, and then write a script, and then record that, and then edit all of that together, and that might come out tomorrow, it might come out the day after, but yeah. So that'll be this week, and then For All Kerbal Kind will be this weekend, then this will probably be sometime next week, and then once For All Kerbal Kind is out of the way, I'm going to work on the submissions video, which is, if you've got a craft file that you want to send to me, I'm going to be doing a tier list video, and that will be, yeah, there's a submission section on my Discord, which I think there should be a link to my Discord in the description of this video if you want to come along and send some submissions so I can brutally tear them apart and place them in S tier or F tier or whatever I decide. But that'll be the next video after For All Kerbal Kind and this, which will be pretty cool. And I am going to come out with a disclaimer saying, like, I'm not trying to offend anyone. I'm trying to do this for, you know, comedic purposes. So if I put like your SF1 or what SF stands for 2 rude words there in like F tier, don't get mad at me. Get mad at your own design, bruh. Right, okay. We are about 32 kilometers. That's fine. I'm going to turn RCS off. I don't know why we're still moving, but what I want to do next is decouple this. Yes. Yes. Maybe. Yes, no, maybe. I don't know. Can you repeat the question? Right, yeah, we're going to decouple that. Then I'm going to press space. And then that should activate all of this RCS. And it does. Perfect. And then let's have a look. Our periaps is going to be 32 kilometers. I'm going to... Messages unmuted. Messages muted. Perfect. Now, I don't want physical time warp. We just want to go back to Earth. And our periaps are 32,000 meters. Here we go. And it is a little bit dark now, so maybe I should get physical time warp coming up to, or not physical time warp, planet shine up a little bit so we can actually see what's going on. And I've just realized my stream music is finished. I've played all the way through my playlist. So actually, whilst we're waiting for this to get over, I'm going to quickly go and restart the playlist so there's some music going on. There we go. I was like, why is it suddenly so quiet in my head? Why can I only be hearing my talking rather than the banging tunes in the background? Do I like grilled cheese? I mean, grilled cheese, what do you mean? Like, what is grilled cheese? Like, grilled cheese on what? I don't know what do you grill cheese on? That's confused me. Like, I suppose if you put like a piece of toast and some cheese on top of it in a grill that's like kind of like a toasty, maybe grilled cheese on toast. Oh yeah. Playlist playlist public. I'm actually doing this. This is an auto mix playlist on Rekordbox, so it's not public. It's not on Spotify or anything like that. It is all music from YouTube Studio though, so if you want to grab any of the music that is used on my streams, you can actually find it in the YouTube Studio audio library, which is a really, really great place for getting music. Another really great place for getting music is scottbuckley.au or scottbuckley.com.au. I use a lot of his music in some of my more cinematic things, and he's just an absolutely fantastic composer. Think like Hans Zimmer, but you can actually use his music copyright free, and it's like, yes, it's a really, 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 really great guy and does some epic music, and I use a lot of his music in my videos. I'm coming at Earth the wrong way round. I never come to Earth this way. Usually I come from this way, so this is a little bit confusing. I probably still want to be facing prograde though, which it does look like I will be. We're coming in now, and hopefully our RCS should actually maintain our attitude this time. So we want to go prograde. Prograde. Let's turn this round. There we go. We are facing prograde, but this is really slow. There we go. Let's turn caps lock off. Arm the parachutes. And let's hope that we can survive re-entry. Okay. I'm going to say, people in chat, here we go. This is the final time. If you think this is going to survive all the way back down to the sea, which does look like we are going to be landing in, put 7 in the chat. If you think this is going to combust and fail horribly, then put in 3. So we got 7 for success, 3 for failure. Let your voices be heard now. I am very uncomfortable with the fact that this is moving up. Oh, we lost that. Okay, that's not terrible. Why are we still flipping though? This is, you know what? We're kind of working. We're sticking with it. I might need more powerful RCS on this though. We are now starting to spin. The fact that that broke terrified me, but it does look like that's not going to be a problem. Whew! Because we're pointing prograde, and this is the direction that we want to be pointing. We're bleeding off a lot of our speed now. We're not having anything burn up. We're moving 8,500 meters per second. We are going into a bit of a death spin, though. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. I see quite a few 7s, which is very promising. I see a couple of threes as well. Bob Kerman Industries, I'm looking at you. Ye of little faith. Although it still might all go terribly wrong. And Doctor there, with a 5. Yeah, 5 in between. It'll land catastrophically. Oh, something just blew up down there. Don't know what that was, but something definitely exploded. Here we go. Yeah, we've made it through. We've made it through the worst of the atmosphere. Now, all that's left to do is let the parachutes deploy. I think... What height have I let them go to? I think we'll go for like maybe 10,000 there. And then we'll do pre-deployment altitude of like 3,000. It might take a while to get down. But I'm not too bothered. Oh, we're flipping all over the place now. I just want this to get to... Nah, it's close enough. Right, here we go. We survived re-entry. Now, we just need to survive falling into the ocean, which I'm fairly sure that this will work. But I do want to decouple the engine. Not the engine. I do want to decouple the heat shield and the avionics, because I wanted to return just an F1 engine, which we've got here right now, and it will decouple from everything else. But yeah, this is pretty much how it was intended. I don't like the fact that this is now on top, though. I would rather this be on the bottom, because if this was on the bottom, then I could just decouple the heat shield once the parachutes have deployed, and we could get rid of this rather easily. But I don't know. Yeah, it's going to take us a while. We've got like a little F1 with a little sombrero on as it falls graciously through the atmosphere of Earth into the... I think we're in the Atlantic, or in the Pacific. We are just off the coast of Japan by the looks of things, actually. So we are definitely in the Pacific. Yeah, Japan is very close. In fact, is that Japan over there? Well, the parachutes work, which is always a good sign. They've deployed. Now we just need to make sure that they slow us down enough, because at the moment we've got this rather hefty heat shield on that is gonna really cause some problems and won't slow us down very fast. Yeah, we're moving like 7.5 meters per second. I would like to get rid of this heat shield. I'm gonna quick save this. If I jettison it, where will that go? It's gonna fall. Yes! We flung the frisbee away. Look at the frisbee go. Now it's going absolutely mental. Look at that, dancing its successful dance of victory. We have returned the F1 to the surface of Earth, or we will have done momentarily. I also was doing that at 3 times time warp. I really shouldn't have done that, but there we go. This F1 is going to more than likely successfully touch down in the Pacific Ocean, and we'll get this to work. What's the fizzy? What is the fizzy? Yeah, surprisingly no Kraken. I know. There's been very, very, very little Kraken throughout this entire live stream. We've not really suffered any Kraken at all. Except for when I first launched this and it kind of, you know, like wobbled like that. That was bad. That was bad. But the rest of it has been pretty damn good. But I managed to do it with 15 minutes before the 4 hours of this live stream was up. I'm amazed that this actually all worked, and I'm amazed that I got it all done. Oh, this is so slow. I should really turn on physical time warp a little bit faster, but, you know, I'm just happy. I'm quite content to watch this graciously fall into the ocean at a ridiculously slow speed. We're moving at like 6.2 meters per second, so, you know, it's just like play a victory song for it. Here we go. Rocket is completely cursed, and it looks like an R7. It's completely cursed because that is 6 Arabic engines. What rocket is this? 30 meters from the top. Music time. We have done it! We have successfully returned the F1 engine, and look, it floats. Lovely. Oh, no, it's tipping. Oh, and there's the heat shield. The heat shield survived. And then we can just decouple this. Whoa! Oh no! Oh no! I wanted to switch to the F1. This was not meant to. Oh, that's annoying. Oh well. Can I switch to the F1? No. Oh, I can't. But yeah, look, we've returned an F1. There we go. An F1 all on its own. Where is it? Somewhere over here. Look at it. It's beautiful. Can I get any closer? I suppose I probably could do a stationary camera. And we'll get, like, I just want a screenshot of the F1, like, in a good position. Oh, you know what I can do, actually? I can do this zoom, and that'll get me a bit closer. Oh, this makes it hard to look at. Like, there we go. Come on, let's get a nice close-up shot of this F1. Oh, we've gone underwater. Come on, I want it over this side. I don't think I'm going to get much better than this, to be honest. I think this will be about the closest I can get. Oh, there we go. Oh, there we go. Perfect. That's what I want. There. There. Lots of screenshots. Smashing F1. Smashing F1 for S1. Hold Alt and switch vessels. Hang on. Wait, can you... Oh. Cannot switch vessels whilst moving over the surface. Ah. That's because I need to be moving... No. Still not letting me. There we go. Ah. Thank you, Jimmy Maguchi. I didn't know about that, but there we go. Much better. Now this I can get a much better screenshot with and a much better thumbnail for the actual video. Like, we can get all nice and close and zoomed in, and we can get the sun shining on the waves, and it'll be perfect. And then we'll take a screenshot there, although that is a little bit cursed because, you know, things are in the way. Right, let's do that there, like so. Awesome. Well, that's that. F1 in the middle of the water, painting by DALL-E 2. I imagine, yeah, get some of those artificial intelligence artists doing stuff. How can the F1 float? Apparently it's very buoyant. Apparently it's a very buoyant engine. I don't know. The shape of it, the colour and the shape. Good album. I'm playing RP1 right now. I'm not, well, I mean, I'm playing my RP1 install, but it's not actually RP1. No, it is, of course, just RO. It's not an RP1 save. I don't have money or anything like that. But yeah, I've done it. We've done it. I was able to successfully go to the moon using nothing but F1 engines, land on the surface of the moon, return from the surface of the moon, and recover one single solitary F1 safely. And yeah, that's basically it. That'll be it for this live stream, because I've done out what I set to do. Now I just need to edit into a video. So is there a software you use to remove lag in your videos? I just use DaVinci Resolve to edit all of my videos. When I edit, I tend to speed things up by at least like 2 to 4 times. And if that doesn't remove all of the lag, then if like some really bad bits like explosions, I'll go in and I'll cut out bits of that video. But we'll see. Where mum? I don't know. Do the outro music thing. What's the outro music thing? Is there an outro music thing? Like can I play like an outro song? I don't know if there's really any songs that I know that would be fitting. I could play my like actual outro music that I use for all of my videos, but I don't know where that's located on my PC. I basically, every time that I edit a project in DaVinci Resolve, I always edit the same project, so I've got all of like my music files saved on that, so it'd be difficult to find it. I'm gonna hit the sack now. Good night, and have a nice Pinterest loading time. I don't actually know what Pinterest is. I've been on. Isn't it like where you get pictures off of? I've never really used that website. Where's Snad? I don't know where Snadbox Gal is. They were in the stream earlier. They said that they had like classes though. So I don't know. But yeah. If anyone's got any questions to ask, like I've got like, I was going to stream for another 10 minutes. So if anyone's got anything they want to ask in the next 10 minutes, if not, I'll just end the stream here. Because, yeah, I'm done. I'm actually done. Play Xeogenesis by the Fat Rat. I don't actually know that. I don't know that. I'm not very musically cultured, apparently. I know a lot of things that I like, but of course I know things that I like. I've got like my own band songs and originals I like playing. I tend to just Gen Z or millennial. What, me? I'm a millennial. Personally, I'm a millennial. I'm mid-ish millennial. I think millennials finished at 96, and yeah, I'm 30 this year, so quite middle-ish millennial. Yeah, I don't look 30 yet, but I am turning 30 soon. Yes, like and sub today. It's free. If you enjoyed this stream, do feel free to give it a like. If you really enjoyed this stream and want to keep up with other content, give me a subscribe. If you want to send money my way for whatever reason, either hit the join channels, do membership, or my Patreon is up there. Join Discord, which is there. Look, the magic of green screen. I can move my finger in front of it because I got my green screen behind me and it's a layer on the background. I think I even move in front of the chat. Look at this. Ah! What's your favourite flavour of ice cream? Favourite flavour of ice cream? Probably... this sounds really vanilla, but vanilla. Vanilla I quite enjoy because, you know, it's just like proper vanilla though, like not kind of like rubbish vanilla, like actual vanilla ice cream is so nice. I can't hear you. You can't hear me? Can you not? Send money to Carnasa. I can't. I think other people can hear you. What do you think about a rocket with 1980s tech and a 2014 tech? A LET system, is it a good idea? I'm not sure if I understand the question. That's respectable. That's half of the flavour I like. I like cookies and cream. Vanilla KSP ice cream. No, I very much do not play vanilla KSP. That's the surprising thing. I like the vanilla flavour ice cream, but vanilla KSP? No, absolutely not. No, we got to throw all of the mods that we can on there. Absolutely every single mod under the sun. Otherwise, it's not a KSP experience that I enjoy. No. He's broke, so it will help him. I am quite broke, but I mean, like, obviously, like, donations are appreciated, but not always asked for. My RP1 is loud, is it? Computer specs. My computer specs at the moment, I have an RTX 3070 Ti. I have an NVIDIA, no, that is my graphics card. I got an Intel i5-9600K CPU, which I've overclocked to 4.8 gigahertz, and I have 64 gigabytes of DDR4 3200 megahertz RAM. Rip Carnasa. No, I'm still alive. I could play a song to end this stream. Can't even remember what would I play. You haven't changed. You run your mouth off again. I can't believe you never learned how to feel ashamed. The light is gone from where it once shone. You're so far down this lonely road, you think that you are lost. Oh God, please don't be your last call. Remember how I saved you when you had a fall. Oh God, staring at a blank wall. I'll take what you can use, begging you don't fall. Please don't fall. Yeah, that's cool. That was a band. That was a song by my old band, Tales Untold. I was actually the drummer in that band. It's really hard to sing with both of these on because I can't hear how my voice sounds. So I'm not sure if I'm being completely tone deaf or not. I can kind of hear it, but yeah. Anyway, I think on that bombshell, it is about 4 minutes before 10 my time. I hope you've enjoyed the stream. It was good fun. And yeah, there will be a video out about this at some point in the near future. Look forward to that. And until then, I've been Carnasa, and I will see you later. Where's my stream end button? There! Bye.